I would think that they would try to just kick to try to get the 3 points. Try to go for the more sure thing instead of 4th and 5.
You just went through a play where you couldn't pick up a yard. Now you're trying to get 6 yards on 4th down. Brian, I have a tendency to agree with you. You don't want to rob points here as Omaha is in a timeout. These two teams got here with victories last week. Salina Liberty here at home at Tony's Pizza Event Center defeated Dodge City 55-31. Omaha defended their home field and beat Sioux City 40-39 in a valiant effort by the Sioux City Bandits. Omaha comes in 8-4, including one of their non-conference games. Liberty comes in 11-1, including one of their non-conference games. And now we're going to call a full media timeout here. 14:28 left to go. Let's take 30. Back with more after this on KINA. Back here at Tony's Pizza Event Center, 7-0. Big call here by Marvin Jones and his Omaha offense. I guess it comes down to, are you a gambling man? Do you, I mean, really, honestly,
Yeah.
It kind of does here, Brian. When you look at the call here, you and I are thinking take 3. What's Marvin Jones thinking here?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still going to stand behind, you've got to take the 3 points. I don't want to get into a situation, no matter which side I'm on, that potentially you're going to put yourself in an even further hole. Take whatever points that you can. Now, one of the benefits I think that Omaha has right now is a little bit, unfortunately, an extended promotion here on the timeout, which is giving Omaha a little bit more time to talk things over or maybe play some mind games with it. I don't know. How do you want to look at this?
Yeah, it definitely disrupts the rhythm of everybody.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, it looks like.
And really, I think where this came from, Russ, you and I were talking during the break, we missed the under 4 media timeout in the first quarter, so I think the officiating crew was thinking they would make one up here. I hope they're not doing it on our accord because we really don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to us when you take them. But as it looks like Jeremy Reynolds is out on the field, like Brian said, you don't know. I would imagine they would go for that. Here is Jeremy Reynolds being a solid kicker in this league.
Jeremy Reynolds, one of the leading scorers for Omaha against Salina this year in their 2 games. Remember, up at Ralston Arena, he was fantastic.
Yeah.
But he did not get a chance here to score any points, as Omaha only put up 8 in that game back in April.
But I don't know if they probably don't keep the stat, but I got to think Salina probably is towards the top of the league in block kicks.
Remember, Jake Latimer got one last week against Dodge City. The placement of this one will go down at about the 11 or 12-yard line. We'll call it a 20-yard attempt for Jeremy Reynolds. He is 9 of 23 on the season. The kick is up, it goes right down the middle, and it is good. Rusty Becker got drugged down from behind on that kick. No flag on the play, and Omaha comes away with their first points of the night. 7-3 now with 14:25 left to go in the second quarter. Omaha erases the goose egg.
And it's just like the last 2 times these teams have met up. Once here in Salina, once in Omaha, this being the trilogy. And really a low-scoring game, as like I brought up earlier. Omaha is the only team, one of the only teams besides, I think, Dodge City now, to keep them under 50 points in a game.
7-3 our score. Salina leading by 4. They're set to get it back here on the kick from Reynolds. Marvin Jones, longtime indoor football coach, the head guy for Omaha. Spent some time in the IFL, as did Haran O'Neal, who just made Hall of Fame in the Indoor Football League, first ballot. Haran O'Neal has also signed a 4-year extension after this season to stay in Salina. I know there was some worry, rightfully so, when they announced the emergence of a team in Billings, because Haran O'Neal spent some time and also won 3 championships as head coach of the Billings Outlaws. His family still lives in Billings. So a lot of concern there, but the Liberty able to back the Brinks truck up to Ron O'Neill's apartment and get him secured for the next 4 years. Here's Reynolds, football in the middle of the field. He's going to kick it away here. Dontre Roberts back deep. Tracy Brooks, though, is going to snag it at the 8. Tracy has to get it and now turn around. He's at the 15, 20, 25. Drug down there into Omaha territory at the 23-yard line. Good starting field position once again for this Liberty offense, and field position hasn't been a problem yet for the red, white, and blue.
Yeah, and it would have went a lot farther if Chris Perry wouldn't have made a great, probably would be touchdown-saving tackle right there to get Tracy Brooks nipped up. And something different again for Salina and the returning team as Trey Roberts is back returning kicks with Tracy Brooks as the up man. And Dominic Carson once again is hampered by a knee injury.
Yeah, Dominic was just never healthy. His first game, he was a game-time decision and a scratch when we played in Omaha back on June 12th. And he just hasn't been right since. He was active last week against Dodge City, but you could tell it wasn't the old DC that we're used to. Here's a pulling guard now as Nick Bittinger goes from left to right. He springs Tracy Brooks free for 9 yards.
Yeah, Mitch Kidd now at quarterback was kind of threw me by surprise when they came out to take this offensive series as Mitch Kidd now under the helm for Salina.
Mitch Kidd played in the game in Omaha. We will try to go to Brian after this play and get an update on who is standing to his right. Just Tyree Adams. Mitch Kidd now to Tracy Brooks. Tracy starts out in the middle, now brings it out left, hits the wall about the 5, but then dives to the end zone. What are they going to call? Touchdown, TB2. Tracy Brooks just used pure speed to get to that left corner. He brushed the wall a little bit as one of those banners came out from behind him. It might have been caught in his vapor trail, though. And now they're going to review it. Maybe Tracy stepped out against the wall inside the 5. I don't know. Let's take 60. We'll come back and get an update from Brian Berner after this on KINA. Back here at Tony's Pizza Events Center, a touchdown by Tracy Brooks under review. Brian Berner, and coming to you for 2 reasons, an update on Tyree Adams, but also what did you see on that touchdown run by Tracy Brooks?
First off, Tyree Adams, fine, no issues. He assured me it's just to try to change things up a little bit offensively. As far as the play and review, it does appear that Tracy was touched, at least his foot, when he was about crossing the 5-yard line before he was getting ready to extend out. Now, if he did touch the wall, he may have grazed the signage at about the 4-yard line. I think it's going to be a little bit difficult to actually confirm that took place. But if we had a lot of great angles, I think probably you would say he would have been out of bounds around the 4-yard line.
Thank you very much. That's Brian Berner on the field. Score pending right now. Counting the touchdown is 13-3. If that touchdown gets scrubbed off, we'll go back to 7-3, and the Salina Liberty will have first down and goal inside of the 5-yard line.
And I don't think, regardless of the outcome of this call, you're upset if you're the Salina Liberty offense. You score or you get the ball inside the red zone at the 5-yard line and you get 4 chances to punch it in. Marvin Jones out there trying to get his team fired up and really been a defensive game, Devin, as we thought it would be, like it has been the first 2 times.
Yeah, absolutely. Here comes the officials. Let's see if we can get the call on the field.
The ruling the field and touchdowns reversed.
The runner was contacted into the wall. The ball be placed at the 3-yard line. It'll be first and goal Salina at the 3.
So you get the call there from the lead official. He tells us that Tracy was contacted into the wall at the 3-yard line. So take the touchdown off. We're back to 7-3 or 7-3. Liberty leading by 4, and now first and goal for Salina from the 3-yard line. Mitch Kidd in at quarterback here for the Liberty. Tyree Adams did start.
And not many times do you see even one call reversed in the indoor game with the camera angles kind of being funky with where they're at. But now we've had 2 that have been reversed in a matter of about 15 minutes of each other.
Yeah, and I don't have a problem with that either. I mean, if you have the camera angles, let's get it right.
Yes.
This is for the cup. Play clock down to 3. Mitch Kidd gets the snap. He's looking towards the end zone. In the back, wanted Waheem Bird. And Waheem was doing battle with Antonio Marshall. Marshall won that battle as that ball sails into the Liberty bench. Incomplete. 12.5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Second down and goal now for Salina.
And Mitch Kidd had a good pocket there to roll out in and throw it out. And, if he waited for that play just to evolve long enough, Shelley was kind of coming across the middle and came wide open on the far side of the end zone.
Kidd this time will have Tracy Brooks on his right hip. Now Ed Smith comes underneath the formation. Ed a little chip block as he leaps through. Under pressure, Kidd gets hit, and he throws it, and it's going to be caught at the goal line. What's the rule here? Ed Smith's coming out with the football. It's going to be really close. They're going to say he's inside the 1. That was almost Ed Smith's 16th touchdown of the year. But they're going to say he is down at the half-yard line. What a catch by Fast Ed, who was a game-time decision in this game. You remember, guys, against Dodge City last week, he caught a touchdown over the wall and kind of collided with a camera stand that left a deep, deep contusion on one of his legs. He didn't know if he was going to play or not. But he is out there now making catches for this Liberty offense. And Heron O'Neill has to burn a timeout as the play clock was down to 5. Liberty still in the huddle. 11:29 left to go. Let's step away. 30-second timeout. Back with more Liberty football. It's third and goal after this on KINA. Seven to 3. 11:29 left to go here, second quarter. Our halftime guest on the Precision Electric player profile will be the only other guy on the Liberty roster that has 3 rings other than head coach Ron O'Neill. That's Kendrick Harper. Got those, of course, playing in Wichita. And Kendrick, a great interview. We'll visit that at halftime on our Precision Electric player profile. Travis Taylor in the backfield now. He's going to push Mitch Kidd from behind, and Magic Mitch scores his first touchdown of the night. Aided by Travis Taylor, who was in there to provide some bulk and some muscle, and Mitch Kidd makes it 13-3.
Guys, I talked to Mitch Kidd before the game. I went down there. He said, "Hey, Russ, how you doing?" I said, "You ready to play?" He said, "I just want one opportunity. I just need one chance, and I'll show what I can do." And right there, he shows it. Drive down the field, get in the end zone.
He's been such a good guy for the Liberty this year, just kind of waiting in the wings. Tyree Adams then gets hurt. Mitch takes over, keeps leading the charge, so to speak, and he and Tyree combined for 46 passing touchdowns this year. But there we see Mitch with his legs go ahead and put up 6. Here's an extra point by Jimmy Allen that goes off the pipe and is incomplete. And again, Jimmy gets hit right at his ankles as he got that kick away. That was Chris Perry that came in and hit him, but the extra point will not count. 13-3 remains our score. 10:44 now left to go here in the second. And Brian, we've seen on both of Jimmy Allen's extra points, Omaha putting immense pressure on the Salina kicker.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of getting back in there quickly, trying to kind of rush things a little bit. I think that one, I don't know how much I was blocked, how much whether the guy came in, did he make contact while the kick was actually in the process, or did Jimmy just kind of push that thing a little bit? But, either way, keeps it at a 10-point game right now. It's one of those situations, and the defense come in, get a stop.
That's the first kick that Jimmy Allen has missed in the month of July, 2021.
Yeah.
He was perfect last week.
Yeah, and he took that one hard on himself. You talk about getting pressure. It looks like on that play it was Travis Taylor who got beat and was trying to block his guy out who turned in. And I believe on the last one it was the same thing, got shoved into Jimmy Allen, so that would be why there's no flag.
13-3 is our score. 10:44 left to go here, second quarter. Almost an hour into this contest. Good crowd here at Tony's Pizza Event Center that includes not only Salina fans but also Omaha fans, holding down the corner of the arena right above their bench. Jimmy Allen has his hand in the air and the football in the middle of the field. This is a low line drive kick. Perry's going to stab it at the 20-yard line. He's across midfield now to the Salina 20, and he will give his offense really good field position as the Omaha Beef will start out at the Salina 19-yard line. Nice play there by Chris Perry.
Yeah, and kind of interesting, we saw it, Jimmy Allen going kicks high in the air, allowing the team to get down there to cover the kick, and that one just a hard squib kick, and Perry just dropped down to one knee and stabbed that one. Allow Andrew Jackson in this Omaha Beef great field position.
From the 19, here comes Andrew Jackson. His team so far has mustered a Jeremy Reynolds field goal. They trail 13-3. Two wide receivers on the right-hand side, one on the left. It's Tyler Jones, a solo. Now they make it 2-2. Slot guys in motion. Here is Jones catching at the 15-yard line, slips through a Liberty tackle. He'll take it down to the 10. And very close to an Omaha first down. He'll be a yard short, where it'll bring up 2nd down and 1 for the Beef.
Let's see if the Salina defense can recoup on the back end here. They've been playing really well, as really the whole defense. This front three has had pressure on Andrew Jackson when he's had to drop back and take time to throw it.
We're going to spot him at the 11, where it's 2nd down and 2. Again, slot guys in motion, same 2-2 formation going to the end zone. Here's Jones. He's going to catch it, and an Omaha touchdown. First 6 of the night for Omaha, and it comes with 9:41 left to play here in the second quarter. Beef now within 4. Extra point pending as Tyler Jones, the leading receiver for the Omaha Beef this season, catches his 12th touchdown, and it comes from Andrew Jackson. That is his 34th passing touchdown on the year.
Yeah, and a great pump fake by Andrew Jackson to get the defender to bite, and then just a laser to the corner of the end zone.
Extra point pending from Jeremy Reynolds. His accuracy this year, 76%. He's hit 38 extra points. Deshaun Jones puts it down. Reynolds' kick is up, and it misses to the left. Little or no pressure. Jake Latimer was trying to get in on Jeremy Reynolds, but Reynolds just pulls it to the left, and we have a media timeout. 9 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Each team has missed an extra point as they trade touchdowns, and it remains 13-9. Liberty leading over the Omaha Beef on KINA. Nine minutes left to go here, second quarter. Welcome back to Tony's Pizza Event Center. It's Champions Bowl 6. Salina Liberty and the Omaha Beef battling for the crown. If they get it, it will be the first championship in either's history.
Yeah, and you brought that up to me earlier. Has Omaha been in existence since, what did you say?
Established in 1999. Their first season was 2000.
So 2000, been in the league 21 years and haven't won a championship. I would have never have thought that, as them and Sioux City kind of being in the lead the longest. And A lot of game left here as we got 9 minutes to go before the half, and once again, another defensive battle at 13-9, Salina in favor.
Who's the most famous Omaha Beef?
A media stunt almost had it being Tim Tebow at one time.
Matt LaFleur,
Yes.
head coach of the Packers.
There you go. Here's a high end-over-end kick taken back at the goal line. Now to the 5, to the 10. Look out. Here's Isaiah Barfield. 15, 20, 25. Still battling his way. And the former Jayhawk from the University of Kansas goes back to his roots of being one of the best return men in Champions Indoor football history. And all the way across the 25-yard line. Boy, you know it's important if Isaiah Barfield's back there returning kicks.
Yeah, that's not something you see very much out of Salina, is Isaiah back there. And I was just assumed it would have been Trey Roberts again like he was back for the first two.
So, again, a good starting field position here for this Liberty offense. And at the 24, they will start in Omaha territory. Quarterback remains Mitch Kidd. Mitch took him on a touchdown drive on his last series, which would have been his first of the game. Moving people around, still plenty of time on the play clock. 2 guys on the right in motion. He's going to check it down to Tracy Brooks. Tracy gets past the line of scrimmage, dives ahead for a gain of 4. That'll bring 2nd down and 6 now coming up.
Oh, yeah, it looks like they're going to bring it way back.
Oh, yeah.
It was going to be 2. Now we've got 3. Looks like a gain of maybe 2 or 3. There's Tracy Brooks might have reached the football out, and the far side judge calling it from way behind as he's got to get out of the way so he doesn't get run over.
It's a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. Football now sitting at the 22-yard line. Kidd again, 3 wide receivers, right-hand side. Pitch out Brooks, he'll go that way to the 20. Meets up with an Omaha defender. That's Malcolm McCoy. And the linebacker for the Beef will take Brooks down as he got inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That will bring up now 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, and this is something we didn't see last week, Devin, with this Salina Liberty team is changing quarterbacks. We did see Mitch Kidd come into the game. I believe once Haran O'Neal felt the game was comfortably in hand.
Yes, sir. 7.5 left to go here, 2nd quarter. 3rd down and 4. Tracy Brooks in the backfield. He'll take the football. Stutter step, slides out to the left and got maybe half of it. No, they're going to say a yard. Boy, these spots are something else.
Yeah, and Salina hasn't been able to get a favorable spot yet. And I don't know if Tracy Brooks was necessarily brought down or he lost his footing around the 21-yard line.
Yeah, that time it looked like Tracy just tried to make that cut back, and his feet just went out from underneath him.
Interesting against Omaha this year, Tracy Brooks has been night and day. Against Omaha here in April, he had 3 touchdowns. In Omaha, he was pretty much non-existent. 4th down for the Liberty, 4th and 4. Mitch Kidd drops back. Now he's going to flush it out. Mitch Kidd dives over a defender, and he hits the stick. He claims the 1st down.
No question in that one.
Taylor Hawkins came up to put him for a loss, and Magic Mitch went airborne to get the sticks to move. Wow.
Omaha players are trying to talk the official out of it, but to me that's no different. You hit the pylon, it's a touchdown. You hit the yard marker, that should be a 1st down.
That's what Mitch will bring to you. He has all the guts in the world. 1st down, Liberty at the 14-yard line. All receivers on the right-hand side. Option play, pitch out to Brooks. Tracy to the 10 before he is brought down there. Good blocking downfield by Waheem Bird. He was out there along with Kamali Matthews trying to move the pile for Salina.
And I don't think that's something we give enough credit to these wide receivers. Yeah, they make stellar plays and touchdown after touchdown. But on these run plays, they're leading out, allowing Kamali Matthews, Nick Bittinger, Kelvin McCoy, whoever, one of the 3, to lead out there with them to get to the next level.
Kelvin McCoy reaches down, grabs that football with his left hand. The southpaw center will snap it back to Mitch Kidd. Here's Tracy Brooks. Again, following the left-hand side, Kamali Matthews trying to plow the way for him. Tracy inside the 10 to the 9. 3rd down coming up here for Salina. It'll be a 3rd down and 5.
And a big 3rd down here, only being up by 4 as the clock ticks close to 5 minutes to go here in the 1st half. And how about Mitch Kidd, Devin, coming in, playing great. I didn't see any reason why they would pull Tyree Adams, maybe except for just the change of pace.
Yeah. Mitch had such a gutsy performance at Omaha in that only loss of the season. Here's a flip now, double reverse. Waheem Bird had it, now Steinwalks. Chad looking for some space, and he will dive ahead for a gain of 2. all the mustard on that play and just a minimal gain to show for it. And another 4th down coming up for Salina.
As it looked like Haran O'Neal's jogging to the bench, it looked like they might bring out Jimmy Allen here for field goal attempt.
Jimmy will make no bones about it. He will say the reason they lost in Omaha was because of him.
Yeah,
He may be a little hard on himself, but it definitely had something to do with it.
yeah.
Missed a lot of kicks, definitely his worst game of the year. Tracy Brooks will put it down. Kelvin McCoy will snap it back to Brooks. They'll place it down at about the 13.5-yard line. We'll call this a 22-yarder. Good snap. Brooks a little high, has to get it down. Jimmy Allen's kick is up and good. 3 points on the board for Jimmy Allen as he extends the Salina lead back to 7. 4:09 left to go here in the second quarter. See if we get a media timeout here or not. We should, I would assume. Looks like we may keep playing.
The blunders of the media timeout still continue here at the Tony's Pizza Event Center.
They are unpredictable and sometimes invisible. Good game so far. We're at a 7-point space, 16-9. Each team has a field goal now. Each team has a missed extra point, and still a 7-point spread as Omaha set to get the football back. And Brian, I think we have to have the conversation, as we always do, with 4 minutes left to go here. A lot of time in the second quarter, but we have to start looking around the corner, and that is that Omaha is scheduled to get the football to start second half.
They are. Omaha, though, they really haven't put those long drives together like Salina has. So, I think they're going to want to come out, throw that ball, and go downfield as quickly as possible. But I'm one of those, hey, let's just get another stop. Don't worry about it.
1 turnover so far in this game. That was an interception from Dontre Matthews. It came on Omaha's first offensive drive. Salina, though, unable to capitalize on it and score after that turnover. Jimmy Allen ready to kick it away. Ball in the middle of the field. This is going to be a high end-over-end kick. It's going to flirt with the back of the wall and go over the wall. That will give Omaha really good field position once again. They will take over at the midfield stripe at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, when we see Jimmy Allen make the mistakes on the kicking game, it usually is that as it goes over out of the back of the end zone.
Andrew Jackson on with his offense. Omaha Beef will start out the 25. Jake Latimer back on the field for Salina. He'll be on the left side of that left defensive end spot for the Liberty defense. At the right defensive end is Travis Taylor. Ishawn Funny now at nose guard over center. Naquan Thomas still in there backing him up. First down and 10, Omaha. Same formation, 4 wide receivers, 2 slot guys in motion. Jackson rolls out a little bit, wants to throw back against the grain, and it goes over the head of intended receiver Tyler Jones. Jones already has a touchdown in this game. He was well covered that time on the corner spot by a host of Liberty defenders, Trey Roberts, Brashawn Stewart, Dontre Matthews, all in the area. That's a dangerous play.
And a great job by that front 3. Ishawn Funny, Jake Latimer, Travis Taylor getting pressure, flushing Andrew Jackson to the far side of the field where he wants to go to Jones at the wide receiver position.
Second down and 10 coming up after the incomplete pass. Clock still rolling here in indoor football. 3:15 left to play. Still second quarter. Each team has used a timeout. Here's the snap back to Jackson. The blitz over the middle. Has a receiver. It's caught and could be an Omaha touchdown, and it is. Norman Darden on the crossing route beat Brashawn Stewart and was able to get it into the end zone on the slip tackle after he made the catch. A huge pitch and catch, and now we're an extra point away from being tied up.
Yeah, and an absolute dart there by Andrew Jackson to throw it to the receiver there, and just didn't really have a chance. Brashawn was beat from the start. No excuses there.
Jeremy Reynolds comes on as he looks to tie this football game up for the first time with 3:02 left to play in the second. Reynolds missed his last one. Snap is good, and it's blocked. Here's Latimer again. See if he can get the bounce. He cannot. It's still a free football. Travis Taylor's going to pick it up and recover for the Liberty. And for the second week in a row, Jake Latimer with the block. He did it last week. He does it again, and he preserves the Salina Liberty lead. 3:02 left to play here in the second quarter. 16-15 our score as Salina leads by 1.
Yeah, you wonder there if we were going to get another media timeout with a big break there. But how about Jake Latimer and this defensive line? We've seen them week in and week out get it close, get close to blocking extra points. Finally, in the last couple weeks, able to bring it around. And Jake Latimer with his second one. And once again, just like he said last week, I couldn't get a bounce to get a hold of it.
Right, that's all Latimer has to do. The big diesel just has to get that bounce to come into his hands.
Yeah, that's the thing. It hovered too close to the turf that time. Didn't get the kick up that he needed to. But his eyes were big. He wanted it. He had some open field to try to rumble down if it did come up. But regardless, that 1 point lead is preserved right now. So Salina will get the ball back. Just over 3 minutes to go.
We can tell the atmosphere and the noise in Brian's mic. It is a loud arena here and a good crowd.
Yeah,
we talk giving credit not only to the Salina fans, but a good contingency from Omaha.
Yeah, just a big turnout, you know, and we saw earlier in the week on social medias, Omaha bringing a bus down here. We knew they were gonna travel. They always travel well when they come down here, and Salina really turned out for this Champions Bowl 6.
Some of Russ's favorite dancers are here.
Let's hope that's not the halftime show. Here's a kick. Tracy Brooks bobbles the football now standing. He'll take off from the 15. Lets his block set up. 20, 25, and then across midfield. Again, almost to the Omaha 20-yard line. He's going to be brought down at the 22. And field position has not been a problem for either one of these teams, Russ. I mean, they're above, just starting right at midfield almost every single time out.
Yeah, the average field position has got to be right at 25 to go. As Tracy Brooks there kind of fumbled the kick and was like, well, I got time. I'm going to pick it up, and I'm just going to stand here and wait for Isaiah to come by me so then I can come have another lead blocker. And he stood there for what felt like forever waiting for them blocks to develop.
Ishawn Funny also got in front of him and was able to take out a couple of Omaha coverage guys. 2:41 left to go here, second quarter. Liberty leading by 1. Mitch Kidd still in there at quarterback. He'll fake it to Tracy Brooks. Boy, those two almost lost the football. And Mitch Kidd trying to get that possession back. He does secure the ball, but he is going to take a loss here of 3 yards. Back to the 25-yard line is where the Liberty offense will go on a loss of 3. It's 2nd and 13.
Yeah, one of the first really negative plays we've seen from Salina tonight is Mitch Kidd and Tracy Brooks didn't quite get the fake handoff or the handoff. It looked like a read option play. It could go either way.
Well, that's one of those plays. Sometimes the running back takes it if he wants it, and there could be a little bit of a tug of war there between who's going to keep the football. Mitch Kidd this time, empty backfield. Had Steinwalks on the cross. He goes over to the wall on the right-hand side. Cannot complete a pass at the 15-yard line. That was intended for Waheem Bird. Actually, yeah, that was Waheem over there at the 15. So that incompletion now will set up 3rd and 13. Clock continues to run. 1:44 left to go as we approach the 60-second warning.
Yeah, and if you've followed Liberty football all year, you know Mitch Kidd's favorite target is Waheem Bird. They've connected for multiple touchdowns over the year. And, you know, that possession right there, it looked like Haran O'Neal may be taking a timeout here.
And the first ballot Hall of Famer in the IFL does take a timeout with 86 seconds left to go. We'll take it as well. Here's 30. Back with more Liberty football after this. (16:15) our score. Haran O'Neal has just called his second timeout of the half. He has 1 timeout remaining. As the huddle breaks, 3rd and 13 coming up.
Four wide receivers here for Salina.
3 of them are on the right. Here's Mitch Kidd, deep drop, lets it go. It's going to be deflected. Looked to be a ball that was on its way to being intercepted, but Malcolm McCoy knocked it off its path and took an interception away from Taylor Hawkins. Brian, is that how you saw it?
Yeah, the one thing that kind of came to my mind, though, neither receiver for Salina had even turned around when that ball was released. So I wonder if it was not the route they were expecting to go. Either way, it's going to create a long 4th down. 1 minute to go.
So 60-second warning is here. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Be back with the conclusion of the first half after this on KINA. Boy, a big play here for the Salina Liberty. They lead it by 1, and Jimmy Allen is coming on for the extra point. They will put this down at the 22-yard line. It's a 41-yard attempt. Kelvin McCoy will be your snapper. Tracy Brooks will be your holder. And now Omaha wants to burn a timeout in what may be a case of icing the kicker. I don't know. I mean, why would you use a timeout here, Russ?
Yeah, you just come out of the immediate timeout, and then you want to ice the kicker for a little longer. I'm not sure.
You're set to get the football back. Don't you need that timeout?
Yeah, right. You were just given a timeout by that 1 minute warning, and Salina going for a field goal.
Brian.
I can't figure it out either.
Okay.
I mean,
as long as it's a group decision.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like you guys are saying, you're going to get the ball back either off a kickoff or at the 5-yard line potentially. And why not preserve that extra timeout in order to keep the ball in the middle of the field as you advance down to try to score, especially you're going to get the ball back to start the 3rd quarter. So you've got a 2-for-1 situation.
Tracy Brooks has actually scooted up just a little bit now, and we'll call it a 40-yarder. Kelvin McCoy, southpaw center, set to snap it back to Brooks. Jimmy Allen eyeballing in. He gives Tracy Brooks the okay. McCoy's snap is perfect. Placement is down. Jimmy Allen's kick is up, and it's good. Jimmy Allen just drilled a 40-yard attempt with 56 seconds left to go here in the first half, and even the Omaha players. Taylor Hawkins came over and gave Jimmy Allen a handful of knuckles as Liberty now is able to take a 4-point lead on a 40-yard field goal by Jimmy Allen.
And Jimmy's been clutch when it comes to them deep field goals. That's 3 now in the last 3 games of 40-plus yards.
He has had a really, really good turnaround since that Omaha game. We talked about that contest, left some points on the field, and what ended up being a 4-point Omaha victory. And Jimmy Allen takes it there, 19-15. Now our score, he's still getting accolades from the Omaha players. Chris Perry just walked by and knuckled him up.
Yeah, see what, if he can come back, and Jimmy Allen on this kickoff here, as we know on the last one, went over the back of the wall and gave Omaha a short field at midfield, with 56 seconds left and only 1 timeout left for each team, and Omaha getting the football to start the second half.
Under a minute left to go. Omaha did cost themselves a timeout there. If it was an attempt to ice Jimmy Allen, Jimmy probably likes ice. This time back deep, Trey Dudley-Giles, a former Salina defensive back, but it's going to be Deshaun Jones at the 5-10, angles to the right, and he is brought down there at the 17-yard line. That's where Omaha will start out as they look to end the half here on a scoring drive and double up, as we like to say, ending the first half with a score, then beginning the second half with possession and a potential score. And that could really change the complexion of this game, Russ, because right now it's a 4-point contest with Salina leading.
Yeah, and that could be the change of this game. Mark it down. 49 seconds left. if Omaha can get down and score and keep enough time away from Salina to get the ball back to try to score again before the end of the half, and then come out and get the ball again, an intent could be a 14-point swing.
Here's Omaha. Andrew Jackson has had the same formation pretty much all night. 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side, the slot guys in motion. Here's Tyler Jones, a catch at the 20. He'll turn, get 2 more yards, then hold the ball over the wall in the last 60 seconds. That will stop the clock and stop the play. Same thing as running out of bounds in the outdoor game.
And it doesn't seem like Andrew Jackson wants to hold on the ball any longer than he has to.
I don't think he can. He has had Latimer, Becker, Taylor, Ishan Funny, the first 3 right now on the field. Latimer and Becker on the outsides. That last play went for 5 yards. 2nd down and 5. Jackson back to pass. Now he's going to step up in the pocket. A little pump fake. Becker's going to drag him down from behind. Kendrick Harper also came in with a little bit of chip from the shoulder pads. And Becker hung on there. The former Cal Golden Bear stretched the jersey of Andrew Jackson and took him down. After a first down, though, Jackson got the first down just inside the 20-yard line. Clock still running. They set the chains. They restart it. 33 seconds left to go. Jackson back to that 4-wide formation. He steps up again, throws it out of bounds to stop the clock.
Oh, what do we got? We got a flag coming in deep in this. That ball was obviously uncatchable as it was thrown in the 5th row here at the Tony's Pizza Event Center.
Well, and that's maybe what they're saying is that was intentional grounding. Was there anybody in the area? Let's get the call.
We might get the call.
There may have not been somebody in the area because of a defensive holding or pass interference as well.
Illegal contact. Number 1 defense.
Rashawn Stewart got tagged with the illegal contact. So that'll benefit Omaha at the 14-yard line now after the penalty.
Yeah, and they'll get a first down again. Another automatic first down, so it'll stay first down.
26 seconds left to play here in the first half. Again, Kendrick Harper, our guest at halftime. Slot receivers in motion. Jackson with the snap. Pump fakes, now still looking. Here's a hold up front by Omaha. Flag flies. He throws it to his bench and out of bounds, but we're going to have holding against the Omaha Beef. Travis Taylor about had his jersey ripped off of him.
Yeah, him and Ishan Funny, and really all 3 of them about have him ripped off.
And that could be a big penalty, Russ, here on Omaha.
Yeah, because that's a 10-yard penalty. That'll go back, and that'll take it back to almost midfield.
When Andrew Jackson hangs onto the ball that long, you know there has to be something going on up front that the Liberty's not getting to him, and that is what it is.
Because he is not a scrambling quarterback. That play right there, the play before this where he took off for the first down, really the first time in maybe a handful of times I can remember Andrew Jackson running the football.
Ron O'Neill asking for this crowd to get into it. 19 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Ball back now to the 24-yard line. It's first down and 20. Jackson empties the backfield again, this time with 3 wide receivers on the right. He still has the football. Hit as he throws, it goes to the end zone, and it's over the wall, out of bounds. Kendrick Harper, Dontre Matthews both in on coverage, but that ball uncatchable up against the back cement wall on the other side of the football wall. Now 2nd down and 20, 11 seconds left.
Kendrick Harper trying to get a step on that Salina Liberty side to go up and over the wall to try to get that. So a big holding penalty there for Omaha. And once again, you called it, Devin, burning that timeout to ice the kicker after immediate timeout only leaves him with 1 timeout.
Liberty also have 1 timeout remaining. Huron O'Neill working this crowd up into a lather. They are loud right now. Omaha empties the backfield. 4 wide receivers again. Slot guys in motion. 2nd down and 20. Jackson has to get away from Travis Taylor. Taylor pushed down from behind. Jackson to the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. Rashad Pargo did everything he could going up for that football. He's wanting a penalty, but both receiver and defensive back were up going after the ball. There was little to no contact, and now it will be 3rd down and 20, but now with just 4 seconds remaining.
Yeah. You really either got 1 shot at the end zone here, Brian, or you bring on Reynolds.
Yeah, I think you got to bring on Reynolds. I mean, Jackson's walking off the field before anybody else comes on, so he kind of tipped the hand right there. Marvin Jones is going to have to call a timeout. Play clock's down to 12 seconds.
So the 1 timeout that they did have remaining, they will use, and it will be probably to bring Jeremy Reynolds on in the kicking unit. Let's see. We'll keep it right here. Again, at halftime, our Precision Electric player profile. will be Kendrick Harper, 3-time indoor football champion. He's been a part of this league since day one, and he is one of the veterans on this team that is here for one reason and one reason only. He is a leader, he is a motivational guy, and he is a really good interview. Brian had fun with him, and we'll replay that as they had a chance to speak before this game. You know, you get here at the arena I got here today about 1:05. Guess who walked in the door with me? There's nobody else in the building. Kendrick Harper. And he was out warming up, doing his thing. We let him have a couple hours to himself, then we snagged him, and we're able to record that interview with him. But he said, and I will spoil a little bit of the interview for you, he said this is it. This is my last game.
He's done.
He wants that 4th ring, and he wants one for Salina. He loves this town, even though a good portion of his career was played in Wichita.
Surprising here that Jake Latimer not on the field on this field goal attempt by Jeremy Reynolds.
So Huron O'Neill now playing the timeout game, knowing that he does not get any bonus points if he carries him into halftime with him. He will burn his last timeout.
I thought maybe it was just he was coming over to give me a little bit better start to try to catch him at halftime.
That too, yeah, probably. 4 seconds remaining. This will be most likely the last play of the second half. 19-15 is our score. Omaha trying to get it back within 1. And Russ, I think this call too has a lot to do with Omaha getting the football to start the second half, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're exactly right. If you don't get the ball here to start the second half, why not take a shot? You're only down 4, but now you get the field goal opportunity to bring it within 1 and then get the ball back to start the second half. So it's still a 2-for-1 situation if they make the field goal.
It's a 40-yard attempt. Jimmy Allen just made one. Now Jeremy Reynolds will try to put one in for Omaha. Deshaun Jones asking for the snap. It is up, it is end over end, and it is way to the right. A lucky fan made a nice catch up there, but it was way to the right, and Omaha will go to the locker room empty-handed with no points, and the Liberty will take a 4-point lead to the locker room at halftime. Brian trying to run down Huron O'Neill for our interview as we go to the locker room here at halftime. Liberty leading by 4.
Coach, got the lead at halftime. Thoughts on the first half?
Up and down. Had a chance to really take control of this football game. Didn't execute on our 2 4th down plays. When you do that, that's a turnover. And a turnover with pretty
Thank you very much, Brian. Huron O'Neill as he goes into the locker room at halftime. When we come back, we will sit down with the 3-time champion and certain indoor football Hall of Famer, Kendrick Harper. That's coming up. It's our Precision Electric Player Profile. We are at halftime of Champions Bowl 6. Salina Liberty leading the Omaha Beef 19-15 right here on KINA. Check, 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 check. 19-15 halftime. Liberty leading by 4. Good there? Okay.
7, didn't even get a chance to play. You know, it wasn't my time at the time.
Okay, stop right there. Who the heck would have been ahead of you? Okay.
And, you know, Coach told me, basically told me it wasn't my time yet, you know. So, you know, I had to practice my butt off every single day, come in with that mindset of, what I do at practice when my numbers call, it's time for me to get to going.
How much did you learn from that? How much did that make you a better player? Because that sounds very similar to things that we see now. You know, being in the position that I am, down on the bench, defensive unit comes off, and I see, you know, yourself and Isaiah, D-Trey kind of go with the younger guys and talk to them. And it seems like they're picking your brain on, you know, where should I have gone from this position, you know, on this play type thing. Is that very similar to what you went through back in 11?
Absolutely. You know, those guys, man, you know, just watching from afar, you know, not dressing out those 7 games, I was watching those guys do those things. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I started watching, and, you know, when it was my time to lead, when those guys left, that's what I started doing with my guys, you know. So it was only right to, you know, to learn from veteran guys who were great in the league and, you know, mimic what they was doing.
How has this league evolved as far as the level of play? Now you've been with, you know, you've got the logo on for the soul, you know, it's in the end zones here. Having had some experience, you know, at the different levels of leagues, how has this now progressed, the level of play, the level of competition, the type of players that are in this league now versus how it was before?
Oh, man, it's changed a lot. It's a lot of great talent in this league. A lot of people don't understand that, you know, the CIF got a lot of great talent. I feel like these group of guys can go play in the IFL right now because it's basically the same thing. But, you know, I just know we can compete at that league. You know, I've played at that league. Right. You know, I played in the IFL. So I know the talent that is there, that was there back when I was playing. And it was amazing. But now I feel like the tables have turned, you know, the CIF. I mean, it's a lot of great talent in this league.
Coach O'Neill, it's one of the recurring themes that always comes up at halftime is Coach O'Neill and Coach Martinez. How has their being here taken this team, the Salina team, and helped it evolve? Because, let's face it, when they first got here, things were kind of in a disarray. But they have put this together now, and it seems like they are the types of coaches that players want to leave it all out on the field for.
Absolutely, man. Coach Martinez and Coach O'Neill, I mean, they are amazing guys. For one, you know, they're all about respect. Guys with great, guys that have great character, those are the guys they want on the team. Right. But the main thing that I've learned with those two, you have to buy in or else you will not be here. And I feel like that's what we have done. We have bought into what they want us to do, and it has shown with our record.
One of the things he mentioned going into last week's game was, out of that 25, to have to tell some guys, you know what, you're not going to dress tonight. You know, it's tough because it seems like this team is truly 25 deep.
Yes.
From 1 to 25, guys will be out there and can contribute.
Absolutely. And that is a great thing to have. You know, our team is no slack in our team. You know, we have a lot of, we have, just like you said, 25 guys that can actually play on the team. You know, it was a tough situation for Coach to choose, but, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, those guys know who they are, and they have still bought into what we're doing.
How special has this year been to you?
Oh, it's been great, man. You know, just the leadership from the owners to the players to the equipment managers. It's been unbelievable, amazing, first-class organization. And, you know, I can't say anything else about it, man.
Is this it?
Yes, this is it. This is year 10 for me. I can play some more now, but I'm just ready to just go on and watch these younger guys as they evolve. You know, you got guys like Brashawn, guys like Keontae, guys like Dontre. You know, just watching those guys, and I just felt like it's their time, man. And you know, they've been watching for myself and Isaiah Barfield and also D-Trey, and I feel like they're ready to take the throne.
You're still going to be a phone call away, though, right?
I'll be a phone call away. But
I'm trying to get if I can re-sign you right now, I might get a bonus or something here. So, no, it's we can't imagine not seeing you around. That's the thing that I think I'm trying to get at is, can you just walk away? How tough is it to think in your mind, you know what, this is it? Can you be at peace with it? Because you're a competitor. I mean, you're a gamer.
To be honest, it's going to be very tough. I'm 35 years old now. I've been playing since I was 25 years old. So I feel like it's going to be very tough for me. But I'm just going to have to live through these guys and, continue to do what I do, and that's train a lot of athletes. So I'm still going to be around it. So. And
that's going to be my next question. You're away from the field in Wichita. Wichita's home, right? And
yes.
The one thing, I talk to people in and around, and they go, well, yeah, we train with Kendrick. We train, you have your footprint on a lot of guys, young players coming up in the South Central Kansas area.
Yes, sir. That's my passion, giving back. It was done to me at a early age, and now it's time for me to take what I learned and give back to those guys, man, and just enjoy life with it.
I asked Isaiah this, last week. Could there ever be a time we see you on the sidelines coaching?
To be honest, no. I just like watching. I would just love to watch. I love enjoying my time. I love to travel. So, no, you will never see me with a headset on. Other than that, just training athletes is about it.
You say you like to travel. Help me out here, and I'm probably going to butcher it, but a nephew playing in the Pac-12 or?
Yes, sir. He played in the Pac-12 for Washington State. Now he's going on to play in the CFL, Canadian Football League, with the BC Lions. So travel is in the near future for
There
him.
you go. So the football definitely runs in the family then.
Yes, sir. It runs in the family. Still got a lot of more Harpers coming up, so you guys better watch out.
We will look forward to that. So you like to travel. Give me the top 3 or 4 travel destinations that someone should consider going to.
For sure. I mean, just inside of the United States, you have to go to Destin, Florida.
Okay.
Destin, Florida is beautiful. California is beautiful. Outside of the U.S., Mexico is amazing.
Okay.
So I love Mexico. Love going to Mexico.
Now, do you have where did your passion for travel come from?
I think once I met some mentors who are living full time, I saw them traveling the world and having a lot of fun, and I met those guys. And once you get around people of that caliber, it makes you want to do the things that they're doing.
Okay. And you help people find travel destinations to go to? Or are you kind of a travel agent on the side here?
I'm not a travel agent, but I do travel at wholesale and not retail.
Okay.
So I get a lot of perks for what I do.
There you go. Got that side hustle going. I
yes,
like
sir.
that. So definitely has some advantages to it. Final question. I'm going to go, because I'm wearing the colors here, Kansas Jayhawks, new coach. Talk about turmoil. Can we get this thing turned around in Lawrence?
I really hope we can. I don't really know the guy very well, but I will be up to some games this season. So, in order to get this ship moving, we have to win the not the Big 12 play. So we got to win these first few games, to get some confidence going with those guys.
Guy had a lot of success at Buffalo, and seems like kind of, from everything I read, very similar to Coach O'Neill, the type of guy that players like to play for.
Absolutely. So I'm very excited about it, man. I've been waiting for a long time to just be a fan and just go to a bowl game.
There you go.
So
that sounds good. Well, we're going to wish you the best of luck. We'll look forward to seeing you not only on the sidelines here, or in the stands here in Salina in the future, but who knows where we'll run into you. And you've had a lot of success, and I know not only Salina's been proud of you, but all the contacts that I have on the indoor game in Wichita throughout the years have been very proud. You are the type of player that all the franchises want to have, and basically say this is the guy that you need to look up to and emulate. And so, Kendrick, thank you for everything that you've done. Let's kind of go after it and get number 4 tonight. How's that?
Yes, sir. Sounds amazing to me. Thank you for having me on.
Kendrick Harper, halftime guest, Precision Electric player profile. We'll be back with more Salina Liberty football after this on 910 KINA.
Think about the word precision. Precision represents quality and the fact of being exact and accurate. Isn't that what you want when it comes to electrical? Precision Electrical Contractors in Salina brings exact and accurate quality to electrical jobs in Central Kansas since 2003. Precision Electric's focus on quality and performance, combined with their experience and dedication, creates a winning set of finished products which saves their customers money. Don't rely on so-so electrical. Visit the team at Precision Electrical Contractors online at pecsalina.com.
Summer is here, and we have your beer at Salina Wholesale Liquor. The best variety of summer brews, seltzers, and refreshing mixers to fight the heat. We always have great deals on case orders, and 15% off for Wine Wednesday, and 5% discounts for Craft Beer Thursday. Grab your favorites or try something new, and don't forget the ice. Save big now at all 3 locations. In Salina at Sam's Club, off 9th Street behind Cadova, and on the corner of Iron and Ohio. We have better prices. We're cool and quicker. Salina Wholesale Liquor.
When termites strike your home or business, you want to fight back with the best. Hasman Termite and Pest Control to the rescue. With over 57 years experience, they offer the best of options, including the new BASF High Precision Injection Treatment. Don't let termites get you down. With one phone call to Hasman's, they can put one in the win column for you. Call Hasman Termite and Pest Control today or visit HasmanTermite.com and follow them on Facebook.
Hi, I'm Hannah, flooring designer with Mead Lumber of Salina. As an employee-owned company, we work hard to gain your trust and know every penny you spend should be well worth the product you choose. We cater to all customers, interior designers, contractors, or do-it-yourselfers. We recently added a 3,000 square foot showroom with carpet, LVP, tile, hardwoods, or laminates on display. Come see all the products we offer to help you with your next flooring project.
Mead Lumber of Salina, where we make every aspiration doable. Mead Lumber, 707 North Broadway.
Don't go another day with roof problems. Ryan Roofing will provide you with the world's best roof, the Durolast Roofing System, custom prefabricated to fit your specific building. Your Durolast roof will be leak-free with virtually no maintenance. It's resistant to fire, high winds, chemicals, and temperature extremes. Plus, there are potential energy savings versus traditional roofing. Ryan Roofing has installed over 10 million square feet of Durolast roofing. Trust Ryan Roofing to solve your commercial roofing needs. Call for a quote today, 825-0475.
When your air conditioner quits, there's no time to wait.
Hi, this is Tucker from Comfort Heating and Air. Over the past year, unfortunately, a lot of companies have experienced equipment shortages, forcing them to wait weeks. But not us. Our American-made York products are manufactured right here in Kansas. So if your AC stops working, we've got you covered.
At Comfort Heating and Air, replacement quotes are always free, and we have flexible payment plans and financing options. Comfort Heating and Air, the company that cares.
You're listening to Liberty Football on KINA.
Back here at Tony's Pizza Event Center as we round out halftime. It's been an interesting first half here at Champions Bowl 6. Salina Liberty take a lead into the break and bring it back for the third quarter, 19-15. Omaha, however, ready to get the football to start. Second half, and Russ, it's been one of those interesting things. When we talk about this game so far, one thing Salina has not done, actually they've been last in the league at doing, is holding on to the football and being time of possession winners. They did that, though, in the first half while playing two quarterbacks between Mitch Kidd and also Tyree Adams.
Yeah, Salina had a little over a 16-minute time of possession, and Omaha having about 11-15, 13-49 to 16-11. So something we don't see a lot, and Devin, kind of something we really haven't seen from this Salina Liberty team a lot is that run-heavy offense that they have really been going to.
Yeah, it's and it came too with a change of quarterback. Mitch Kidd came in, and it will be interesting to see what Salina wants to do here when they have their chance at the football in the third quarter. Whether they want to go Tyree Adams, whether it's Mitch Kidd, was Haran O'Neal just giving Omaha something to think about? I mean, you kind of wonder here what's going to happen as we start the third quarter. And the Liberty have the ball on offense, but right now they need to turn their defense up and stop Omaha from taking their first lead of the night. So far, it has been Salina the whole way.
Yeah, and you go back to the passing comparisons, and as it got completions per attempts, Salina only 4 for 8 passing the ball. So something really we haven't seen in Andrew Jackson going 11 for 19, with that one key interception that really is kind of defining the game right now if you go back and look at it as defensively as it is.
Liberty defensive line had a really great start to this game. Then Omaha went more to a quick passing attack, Brian. They were getting the ball out of the hands of Andrew Jackson really, really quick. But then when Salina started sitting on those intermediate routes kind of in the middle of the field with those slot receivers, Andrew Jackson again went back to holding on to the football and paying the price.
Yeah, you want to make sure he holds on to it as long as possible, try to get him chased out. You saw a holding call or two that resulted in that. And so, as you said, defense needs to step it up. I would expect to see Tyree Adams here in the second half. And Jake Latimer will be touch and go as he got hit hard in the ribs early on in the play, has tough time breathing as he's out on the field.
Kickoff by Jimmy Allen. It's going to be mishandled by Deshaun Jones, but he gets it right back. Now he is off and running. Free, one guy to beat, and it's Jimmy Allen, and that is how Omaha is going to start the second half. First lead of the night for the Omaha Beef, and it took all of about 7 seconds. The opening kickoff of the second half, housed for Omaha. And all the way down the field after mishandling the catch of the kick is Deshaun Jones.
Yeah, and Huron O'Neill, the first one to greet the kickoff coverage team. I don't know if greet is the right word that I would use there, but, Jones fumbled it, picked it up, gathered himself, waited for one block, and that's all it really took.
Wow, 21-19. And now Omaha on the kick from Jeremy Reynolds will have a chance to take a field goal lead. And this crowd at Tony's Pizza Event Center that's not still standing in the concession lines, a little bit stunned right now. Deshaun Jones will hold on this extra point attempt from Reynolds. He's missed one tonight, also missed a field goal, and he misses this. So a 2-point lead remains here for Omaha with 13:50 left to play. Now for the first time, Brian Berner, we see the Salina Liberty team playing from behind.
Something that we didn't expect or want, but time is on your side. A lot of ways to go here in this second half. We'll see how Salina will respond. And as Russ said, when that special teams group came up, they were greeted by the stare. Coach Ron O'Neill.
Not a greeting that you want to get from the Hall of Famer in the IFL. 21-19 is our score. Omaha out in front for the first time. Again, we've said it repeatedly. Both a ring on the finger, and neither has accomplished that yet. Omaha's been at it a lot longer than Salina, about 13 years longer. And Salina had a couple of years in there that were punted away. One because of 2015 when that bomber jet from the Salina Bombers finally crashed and burned for good. They did not finish that season. And also, of course, both teams lost last year because of COVID. Here's Reynolds on the kick. He's going to go back against the wall. It's Isaiah Barfield again. Here comes Barfield, the former Jayhawk at the 5, 10, twisting, turning, still on his feet. Hard to bring down. He makes it all the way to the 18-yard line as Isaiah Barfield brings it out of the back of the end zone. He's going to go to the 18, but it was about a 25-yard return for Barfield.
Yeah, give it up to Reynolds in this Omaha kicking game. They've really, when they've kept the ball in play or haven't had a penalty where it would start at midfield, have really done a substantial job.
Yeah, pretty good. Omaha comes out, start the second half, still wearing those black pants, white unis. Got the black helmet with the Longhorn-looking logo on the side. It is Tyree Adams, first down and 10 from the 19-yard line. There's a little misdirection play. Tracy Brooks comes out of the slot. He's going to take a running start at the line of scrimmage. Brooks, with about 6 yards, will bring up second down and 4.
And you wonder with the offense, the way it's going, and Tracy Brooks getting that head of steam and being able to get 4 to 5 yards every play, does Huron O'Neill want a threat to go to the air, or are they just setting them up for something to catch them off balance?
6 yards on first down will bring up 2nd down and 4. All 3 receivers on the right-hand side. Brooks again on the left. He'll take a running start at the line of scrimmage. He'll pile through everyone. Get the first down, a gain of 6. And a little page taken out of the Dodge City Law offensive handbook here, guys.
Yeah, and that's something we really haven't seen the Salina offense do, is Tracy Brooks starting out at wide receiver, coming in motion to the backfield. Usually when we see Tracy come in motion, he plays wide receiver. So something a little different, and that is one guy that gets ahead of steam. When he's running downhill, you don't want to be in the way.
Saw Cameron Booty do that for Dodge City last week against the Liberty defense. They run it again. All 3 receivers on the left. Brooks gets to the line of scrimmage. That time Omaha better prepared for it as Carl Bibbins comes in. He's a hefty defensive back for this Beef defense. Also doubles as a linebacker, defensive end. You kind of see him all over the field.
Yeah.
And he makes the stop on Brooks after a 1-yard gain. 2nd down and 9. Salina has advanced the football to the 17-yard line. Trailing by 2. Omaha just took the lead on the opening kickoff of the second half. This time Shelley in motion along with Fast Ed. They give it to Brooks again. Little hesitation. Brooks takes on the linebacker over on the left-hand side. Also drags a defensive back with him. He'll get about 5, and that will bring up 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, Taylor Hawkins right there just kind of was able to get around his waist and kind of just hold on for the ride. As brings up a big 3rd down here early, about 3rd and 5, and once again going with Tyree Adams back at the helm. Kind of a magician's game here as we're kind of guessing on who's going to play offense.
And it's been run heavy here, starting out with Tyree Adams at quarterback. Tyree this time running the option. Sucks the first guy in, now pitches out to Tracy Brooks. Brooks takes on the defender, and he's going to twist his way for a first down. He took on Trey Dudley, and he was able to twist his way over the top of the former Salina defensive back and get the first down. The drive stays alive here with a 1st down and goal now at the 7-yard line.
Yeah, you talk about Trey Dudley. We've seen him play here in Salina before, and we've had a lot of these Beef players have played for Salina, as it looks like you got maybe Eddie Hamilton was in there on the last play as he just checks out.
Tyree Adams fakes the pitch left. Now he's going to take off running, diving for the end zone. Took off from 5 yards out, and he's going to score. Houdini does it again. The magic is out of the hat, and Tyree Adams gets his first rushing touchdown of the night. He puts the Salina Liberty back out in front by 4.
Yeah, Tyree Adams right there. Not only did he reach out and kind of go underneath the defender to get the ball out, but he might have reached out a good 3 to 4 yards right there to get the ball to make sure it crossed that end zone.
Houdini does it again, and I think Tyree, after sharing time with Mitch Kidd in that first half, may have needed exactly that to get his confidence going. But again, a run-heavy drive for the Salina Liberty, and that was almost a man's drive as they threw no passes on that drive to take the lead back. Extra point pending. High snap. Tracy Brooks gets it down. Jimmy Allen punches it up and through. And right now, the difference in this game could be the way these kickers are playing.
Yeah.
Jimmy Allen doing his part. Right now, Jeremy Reynolds really isn't.
Yeah, you talked about it. Jimmy, he'll be the first to admit the last time these two teams played up in Omaha, he didn't do his job. I lost the game for my team. He'll tell you that right to his face. But now, as it looks like, I don't know if we're going to go to a media timeout. Doesn't look like it. Maybe not. But Reynolds kind of, we don't really see this out of him. He's been really solid all year, especially on extra points, short field goal attempts, and field goal attempts that are, as now we're going to go to a media timeout.
5 minutes later, we'll get a media timeout. 26-21 our score, 9:38 left to go. Champions Bowl 6, now a seesaw battle.
Making a great decision. Providing full-service plumbing and HVAC, they have the knowledge and skills to get the job done right the first time. They work with you throughout the project to ensure you get the personalized service you deserve from licensed and insured technicians. Excellent customer service in Central Kansas since 1985. The experienced team will clean the premises once the job is done. Street Plumbing, Heating, and Electric. Know them better at streetphe.com.
Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is your home field advantage. Led by orthopedic surgeons Drs. Timothy Hawks and Travis Rump and sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with an A team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists, we are ready when you need us to help prevent injuries, enhance performance, or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. For area athletes to weekend warriors, the home field advantage starts at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
The Liberty plays here. Salina's sports station is KINA.
Mean game of tug-of-war breaks out here on the field at Tony's Pizza Event Center in this media timeout, and that's really what we have right now is this back-and-forth battle between the Omaha Beef. They trailed at halftime. They come out. They take the lead, returning the opening kick of the second half, and then Salina. And I think Brian touched on this earlier in this game. Salina has shown the ability to sustain a drive, get down the field, and do what they have to do. I don't think we've really seen that out of Omaha yet. We've seen some big plays,
right,
which is great. But when it comes down to the nuts and bolts of what you're trying to build, can you do that down the stretch?
And it's something, maybe this is new to everybody watching, is Salina not one to sustain a drive all the way down the field, 2, 3, 4 minutes. They've been a quick strike offense. And, one pass play there in that drive really was a shovel pass, and then it was run the rest of the way.
Yeah, ran the option a little bit there. They ran Tracy Brooks from in motion now to get the handoff, and we kind of saw it all. Ended up with Tyree Adams scoring his first rushing touchdown of the night. 9:38 left to go here, third quarter, 26-21 now. Jimmy Allen will put this in the air high, short, end-over-end kick, taken by Deshaun Jones at the 5-yard line. Deshaun to the 10, 15, trying to get away from more Liberty defenders. They'll make the 18, maybe the 19-yard line, and then stopped there by a host of red, white, and blue. Jason Shelley in on that, along with Travis Taylor and also Chad Steinwachs.
You got two of your receivers down there leading the charge on the kickoff coverage. And once again, see if this Salina defense can stand up on the back end. They've been playing pretty well. The front three has played exceptionally well. As we go once again, we'll have Rusty Becker not at nose guard. He'll be out there at the edge rusher position.
And what Huron O'Neill tell us before the game? I need 4 stops out of my defense.
Yep.
Andrew Jackson, empty backfield. Goes back to that formation, 4 wide receivers, slot guys in motion. He's in trouble, has to get rid of the football. There's some contact, and the ball is incomplete. Looked like Rashad Pargo slammed on the brakes to try to get to that football. Rashawn Stewart there with him, kind of trying to do the same, as that ball was not well thrown.
Yeah, that was just a bad ball right there by Andrew Jackson. Brayshawn with good coverage is able to avoid the interference there as Pargo or Jones, I can't tell which one it was there, put on the brakes, and he was able to go over top of him.
Second down and 10. Slot guys in motion again. Jackson, 2-step drop, puts it in the slot, it's dropped. Norman Darden has a touchdown in this game. He bobbled it and dropped it on a 5-yard cross.
And you wonder right there at that 5-yard cross across the middle, once you bobble it once and you're taking your eyes off of it and you're running that drag route across the middle of the field, one of these defensive backs is peeling off to come at you.
Third down and 10. 8 minutes left to play in the third. Salina leads it by 5. Ron O'Neill again leaning on this crowd here at Tony's Pizza Event Center. Jackson will send the slot guys in motion. Dropping back. He wants to go long. Down the wall. It's going to be caught. Yes! Holy cow. Dontre Matthews came in and had a big hit on Rashad Pargo. Brayshawn Stewart is still down on a knee. Looks like Trey Roberts is going to sub for him. But this Omaha team, I don't think they're making any qualms about it. They are attacking Brayshawn Stewart.
Yeah, and they've been attacking him the whole game. As it looks like now we're going to get a stoppage of play by, looks like an injury timeout. As I can't tell who's down on the field over there.
Brayshawn Stewart. And Brian, it seems like Omaha's been attacking him pretty much all game. Now we see Trey Roberts come into the contest. And Trey was inactive last week just because of some personnel things that Coach Huron O'Neill wanted to do. But Trey's been pretty darn good this year at the cornerback spot. He's a former Bethany College player, his rookie season in indoor football.
Yeah, he's done a good job. And part of it goes back to, we talked about it at halftime with Kendrick Harper. Kendrick and D-Trey and Isaiah take these younger guys, kind of help get them ready for this game. They talked to him throughout the game. It has really made him a good, solid go-to type player. That time, Deshaun took the brunt of that hit. How Partner was able to concentrate and get that ball, I have no idea, but great play by the Omaha Beef.
Incredible catch by Pargo, brings up a first down and goal at the 8. Wide receivers looked like they were offsides. Here is the flag. Darden leaning, jumping towards the goal line. They're going to say he was short, and I don't think it matters anyway.
Flag down.
The flag is back here at the 8, and it looked like those Omaha receivers were way offsides.
No, they're going to go illegal defense.
Yep. So Darden goes to midfield and celebrates as the Beef now. Looks like they're going to be at the 3. No, they're going to say touchdown.
Give it a touchdown, and it looked like Marvin Jones has already signaled they're going to go for 2. And a flag down.
Yeah, they just threw the ball. They just threw the ball over the end zone into their own end zone. No, that is a flag. They tried to bat it back into play. The bench did, knowing it was going to be a penalty. It doesn't matter if the ball leaves the field of play in a defensive team on the road, it should be a 15-yard penalty.
And let's rewind back to last week.
That's exactly right.
Ricky Burt's out on the field.
Yes, of course.
40-39. Sioux City had just scored to get within 1.
I don't know how you don't call that unsportsmanlike conduct. He tried to throw it over the wall to his bench. They batted it back into play so it would not go over the wall. That is how they won the game against Sioux City.
Yeah, Sioux City scored, made it 40-39. Extra point would have tied it up. And a spike in the end zone. And again, Omaha seating is very, very close to the field of play, especially in the end zones.
Yeah.
And the ball off the spike bounced off the turf and inadvertently on Sioux City's side went into the stands. So Omaha was able to push Sioux City back on 15-yard penalty, and they missed the extra point to tie the game. That's how Omaha won to get here. Now Huron O'Neill is having a spirited conversation.
Right. Well, the other concern, too, is, you've got an owner on the bench who then comes out onto the field complaining a call. Owner should find his spot in the stands.
27-26, Omaha's going for 2. They've taken Jeremy Reynolds off the field in this situation. And it's going to be intercepted. Travis Taylor jumped up. He plucks the ball out of midair. Now he pitches it to Dontre Matthews.
Whoa, why are they blowing it dead?
Referees have blown this play dead.
Why?
Dontre Matthews is still rolling. He's going to go all the way to the end zone for 2. And they blew this play dead.
I don't know how you blow this play dead unless... Brian, I don't know. What do you see down there?
Yeah, the only thing that I could think of, if they're saying he was in the grass with forward progress, it stopped.
Now Rashad Pargo's wanting to fight the officials or something. I don't know what he's doing.
And the referee did say forward progress was stopped, and so that's why they blew the play dead. So I would say that is a legitimate and good call by the officials.
Pargo had his helmet off on the field, arguing with the officials about something. Omaha gets away with throwing a ball off the field of play.
Remember this.
And now our score is 27-26. It's a 1-point game. And again, Omaha having trouble getting the point after touchdown, whether it's a 1 or 2-point conversion.
Yeah, and the defense stepping up when it counts there on the defensive side of the ball on the extra points. And just they got to figure out a way to stop this Omaha offense from getting into the end zone to beginning, as once again we got owners from the Omaha Beef out on the field talking to officials again.
Yeah, I don't understand this. Go back to June 12th. There was a challenge on the field. Huron O'Neill challenged that Mitch Kidd attained the first down, which would have, in all essence, ended the game. The official said he was a link short. Huron O'Neill challenged it. During that challenge, the Omaha owner, Ricky Burtz, was on his cell phone calling the commissioner of the league while that play was going on. Like to know why?
Who also calls radio for the Omaha Beef.
6:49 left to go here in the third. 27-26. It's a 1-point game. I guess you want stuff to talk about. Here we go, huh?
Yeah, well, we knew this was going to be a heavyweight fight. Just back and forth. It's been that way every time these two teams have played.
Jeremy Reynolds set to kick it away. Ball in the middle of the field, end over end kick. taken by Barfield, 5 yards deep. Here comes Isaiah to the 5, trying to get to the right-hand side of the field. He is tripped up. An excellent tackle there by Rashad Pargo. Boy, Pargo doing it all here in the last few minutes. He led the league in receiving when he's with Salina with the same quarterback, Andrew Jackson, in 2019. He has not been that guy this year, but he has done other things, playing special teams, playing coverages, playing return team. And some of his running mates have had good years, I'm sure, because of the presence of Rashad Pargo on the field. We can't forget about that.
Yes.
He gets a lot of attention.
Yeah, as he should.
Tyree Adams in this Liberty offense now, they'll start out inside their own 10 at the 8-yard line. Slot receivers in motion. Adams has to escape, got a little bit of pressure. He's going to pick up maybe 4 yards as Tyree threw his body into the pile. They're on the tackle for the Omaha Beef was Zaya Gibson.
And there for one of the first few times that the pocket collapsing right there on Tyree Adams, not choosing to run left or run right to find a receiver. He had no choice but to scramble right there.
Got almost 5 on the play. Second down. 6:04 left to go here in the third quarter. Liberty trying to get back out in front. Tyree Adams wants it all down the field. Has a receiver. It's going to be picked off. Intercepted by the Beef in the end zone. It will be a touchback. Tyree that time was looking for Ed Smith, but Taylor Hawkins jumps in front of that football, made a beautiful play on the ball in the air, and Omaha will take it away. That is a big, big play with 5:54 left to go here in the third.
Yeah, and one of the first mistakes is Ed Smith had him beat. If Tyree just puts a little more zip on it and not as much air underneath of it, he probably has him right there. But nonetheless, Omaha will start with the ball at their own 5-yard line and once again see if the defense could come up and make a stand.
They will be challenged here. 27-26. Your defensive line, Ishawn Funny will take over the nose guard spot. Over center this time. Travis Taylor on the right, Jake Latimer on the left. Naquan Thomas still in the middle. Trey Roberts is out there to hold down the right side of the defense at the corner spot. He'll have to take Rashad Pargo. Andrew Jackson still staying with that same formation. Backs up in the end zone. Now he's going to take off. A designed run. Naquan Thomas got chopped at the tackles, at the ankles, and this is going to be a chop block.
Yeah,
Norman
exactly
Darden
right.
came in, and he took out Naquan Thomas at the knees. That's what I saw. We'll check the flag.
I mean, you're right in the area where it happened. I was looking for Andrew Jackson to run a little more farther up the field as he kind of gave himself up about 5 yards short, not wanting to take a shot, but I think you're exactly right. Yeah.
It will be a personal foul. And again, though, guys, we're in the middle of the field here, or in the area of the field here where that penalty, usually a big, big penalty, especially on this short field, it's going to cost Omaha 2.5 yards.
Yeah, no, actually they're going to gain a half a yard on that penalty.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Still first down, too, by the way.
Yeah.
Jackson has stayed with this formation almost the entire game. 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side, slot receivers in motion. Personnel has changed. The formation does not. And he goes short right over the middle. Good catch there by Anthony Jones.
Yeah, Anthony Jones just kind of walling the defender off at a big body. They only have him listed at 6 foot 180, but he's every bit of the tallest guy out there on the field right now.
Nose of the football setting at the 11-yard line. Second down and 4 coming up here for Omaha. We approach the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. Jackson sends his slot guys in motion. He'll take the snap, and they're going to throw a flag here. Flag comes from the far side official. They're going to say procedure. They finally got the Omaha receivers offsides.
It looked like there's movement on number 77.
That's exactly who they called it on.
I know there's a lot of movement. So that is a much-needed penalty to aid this Salina defense.
And that is something this Omaha team does. Them receivers push that line of scrimmage at the snap of the ball.
There's a gray area there. The officials have told us this, and the Omaha offense does a really, really good job playing within that area. Ron O'Neill asking this crowd again at Tony's Pizza Event Center to get loud. Omaha back to the 6. Second down and 9. They will change formation this time with 3 receivers on the right-hand side. Jackson over the middle has a wide-open guy, and for the first time tonight, that's going to be Montero Du Bois. And Du Bois leaping, grabbing the ball at the 24-yard line, lose the chains for the Omaha Beef offense as they approach midfield.
Yeah, and once again, the middle of the field becomes wide open on a little crossing route that two wide receivers ran, kind of X'd about 5 yards in, and one turned upfield and was wide open.
Game conversation continues between Trey Roberts and Kendrick Harper.
That time it looked like Trey Roberts kind of sold out to try to blitz, and that left that open area.
3 receivers again on the right-hand side. This time a bubble screen. Jackson throws it away. That's a fumble. Norman Darden has to go back and get it. That ball was behind the line of scrimmage.
No, they blew it dead.
And the officials blow it dead.
I think it hit the wall.
Okay.
Now they ruled it incomplete. That play looked to be a backwards pass, like you said, Devin, but I wonder if it's dead when the ball hits the wall, Brian, and it should be dead, correct?
I would think that the ball hit the wall, so
that's what they're calling. They're calling the ball dead at the 15-yard line or 16-yard line. So they did.
Say, it needs to be the spot where it went out of bounds.
You're exactly right.
And not an incomplete pass. There's a big difference there, a difference of about 9 yards.
Yeah.
Back to the 15, 16-yard line now, Omaha goes. 27-26, Beef leading it by 1.
Oh.
Jackson has receivers all over the place downfield. Still dancing. Ishawn Funny gets held and buried. He's going to complete it over the middle. Nice catch there by Tyler Jones. Latimer still got to Andrew Jackson back around the goal line and put him down. But a nice completion there. Ishawn Funny was in the offensive backfield for a while and lost a wrestling match, it appears.
Yeah, between the receivers being offsides and all 3 defensive linemen being held right there, a great job by Latimer to get to Andrew Jackson.
Guys, Jake is in so much pain right now. You can tell he just put the signal up. I got one more play in me, and we're going to get subbed out.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see him out there. He just kind of, you saw his shoulders raise. He's trying to get air. We're talking about Jake Latimer with a possible rib injury, having trouble getting breath. 3rd and 13. Slot receivers in motion again. Du Bois is open. Now the Liberty defense shift the other way, and they leave Norman Darden open, who's going to be short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and 2 at the 17-yard line. Under 2 minutes left to go here in the third. Latimer will take himself out. Rusty Becker will reinsert here for the Liberty defensive line. Boy, this receiving corps for Omaha has played really well tonight.
Yeah, and Omaha leading the league on 4th downs at 52%. So, a
and
yard and a half to go.
You mentioned, didn't mean to interrupt, but not only that, but you mentioned earlier they convert at a high level, but they also score on 4th down.
Yeah, they score on a high level of 4th down plays.
4th and 2. Beef need about the 15 to move the chains. Jackson, happy feet, dancing around. Becker gets held. Flag on the play. Jackson gets out. He's going to take a hit or deliver a hit to Isaiah Barfield. Dontre Matthews is also down. He doesn't even have his hat on. And a flag back as we think Rusty Becker got mauled by one of the offensive linemen. It is holding against Omaha.
Yeah, and Dontre Matthews trying to lay the hit and his helmet come flying off. That'll be a 10-yard penalty, so that'll make it. Jones is trying to tell him it's 3rd down, but no, that was a 4th down play. You don't get a down back there.
Says in Missouri, Nebraska. Marvin Jones now does have a decision to make because Jeremy Reynolds has not been his usual self tonight. And he has a big 4th down and about 11.
And Dontre Matthews is staying out on the field to the gutsy move here. He's one of the guys kind of like Jake Latimer that doesn't want to come off unless he absolutely has to. So Latimer's got to be in some pain.
Latimer is off right now. Rusty Becker, Ishawn Funny, Travis Taylor, your defensive line for the Liberty, left to right. Jackson has a running back in the backfield. Movement again. They didn't get it. The tackle moved for Omaha on the left-hand side. Huron O'Neill is going crazy.
Got about all 3 receivers offsides right there on that play. And Omaha completes it for a 1st down. As we near 40 seconds here at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Still owe us another play here in the 3rd. About a 15-second differential between game clock and play clock. Omaha trying to add on to their 1-point lead, 27-26. 3 receivers on the left-hand side. Deshaun Jones still in there. Andrew Jackson walking around telling everybody what the play is going to be. Play clock down to 4. Jackson sends 2 guys in motion. They snap it at 2. Little screen out to Deshaun Jones. He's going to make the 1st down stick and then nothing else as Travis Taylor is there to arrest him up against the wall, and that will be the last play of the third quarter. Champions Bowl number 6. Looks like we got a good one here. Fourth quarter should be fun. 27-26 Omaha with a 1-point lead. They're looking to score more when we come back here on KINA.
Neighbors helping neighbors. That's what we do. Hi, I'm Gary Shorman with the Schmidt Foundation and Eagle Radio. Now is your time to pitch in and help by signing up for the COVID vaccine.
At Child Advocacy and Parenting Services, better known as CAPS, we know the burdens families are facing in response to COVID. Stress levels are higher than ever because of isolation, unemployment, and the precautions necessary to reduce the spread. Unfortunately, that means many of us are forced to make decisions about whether to provide supervision for our kids or to keep working to put bread on the table. These kinds of decisions cause stress, which is the greatest reason child abuse occurs. At CAPS, we join our community in doing everything we can to help. And we know COVID is still a very real threat. We have a choice about how to respond. We can point fingers and place blame, or model for our children how to solve problems together by talking calmly, asking for help, and lending a hand. It takes each one of us to protect our children. As workers in child welfare and licensed childcare, our staff members have registered for their vaccine. We hope you will too.
Find out more at SalinaPost.com. Get the shot. It means a lot.
You're listening to Liberty Football on KINA.
27-26, Omaha leading by 1 as we enter the fourth and final quarter of Champions Bowl 6. Devin Haney, Russ Kossel, Brian Berner with you here from Tony's Pizza Event Center. Omaha trying to become the first team ever in Champions Indoor Football and the Champions Bowl to win as a road team and take the cup away from hostile environment. But there is a lot of Omaha fans here in the stands, along with these Liberty fans as well. It's been a great crowd and a great game so far.
Yeah, and this is what you want in a championship game. Come down 1-point game. Start of the fourth quarter. Does Salina have what it takes? Can Omaha keep that offense on the field?
Second down and 10. Omaha at the 12-yard line. Loading up the right-hand side again. 3 wide receivers. They go to Deshaun Jones, and a great tackle there. Jake Latimer in there, and he is just giving it his all, battling and battling. We said the big diesel from Iowa State. I have a little midsection rib injury, having trouble getting air. Didn't know how much he could play here in the second half, but he's out there making tackles.
And that's one guy we've talked about, that this could possibly be his last game, too, that he has mentioned and talked to us that it could be. We know he's a teacher. You know, he wants to further his career in that, and this may be his last game.
2 guys on this Salina roster that have been here since day one. Isaiah Barfield here a little bit longer than Latimer. Latimer came in a couple of games into that first Bomber season in 2013, but they are OGs when it comes to Salina indoor football. Third down, Marvin Jones has to call a timeout as there was 1 second left on the play clock. Jones will have to call a timeout here and use one of his 3 here in this fourth quarter. We'll step away, 30 seconds, back for more after this.
The passionate journey of distilling the perfect Kansas-born bourbon. Some might call it a labor of love. Smoky Valley Distillery Bourbon is handcrafted with the finest ingredients native to Kansas. A bourbon that captures the heart and soul of the Midwest and the taste of the Smoky Valley. Ask your local liquor store for Smoky Valley Distillery Bourbon. Find them on Facebook or SmokyValleyDistillery.com. Smoky Valley Distillery in downtown Marquette, crafting the next generation of spirits.
You're listening to Salina Liberty Football on KINA Sports.
Third down, about 7 to go here for the Omaha Beef. They are inside of the 10-yard line, threatening to add on to their 1-point lead. It's 27-26. Back to that traditional 4 wide receiver set. Slot guys are in motion. Jackson back to pass, has Pargo over the middle on the slant. Pargo twisting, reaching for the goal line, and he is going to be spotted down at the 1. That will bring up a first down and goal for Omaha at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, and once again, the middle of the field for Salina comes wide open, and something we've seen all year in Omaha, able to attack that.
That time the slot receiver took off down the field, Russ, and Pargo came in on a slant behind him after the defensive backs had cleared off and gave a little bit of a cushion. Now we have 2 receivers go to the right and back to that I formation with Darius Meadows in the backfield. Jackson's going to try to quarterback sneak it, and he fumbles the football. Fumbled the football prior to the goal line and tried to scoop it up and take it in, and the official said he was down outside of the end zone.
Yeah, I believe they did call him down before the before the fumble there at the half-yard line. You suspect to see Omaha run the same play again.
2nd down and inches. Jackson trying to do it again, and he leans ahead. This is going to be a procedure play.
Yes.
Andrew Jackson leaned forward before he had the snap. That's early movement.
Yeah.
But, of course, we're not surprised by any call at this point, and the officials are going to say, yes, illegal procedure. So there you go, again, in the middle of the field where a penalty against Salina could be a couple of inches. A penalty against Omaha, that's 5 yards.
Yeah, and that brings you clear back out to the 6-yard line. So a great job there by the Liberty to get down and be ready for what obviously everybody in the building knew Andrew Jackson was going to try to squeak it in.
And he just got an early start. 27-26. That'll back Omaha up now just outside of the 5. Boy, the nose of that football was flirting with the goal line prior to that last play. Omaha breaks the huddle here with 7 seconds left on the play clock. They've already had to take a timeout to avoid a delay of game. They snap the ball here with 1 second left. Fake pitch out. Jackson retreating. Travis Taylor after him. Jackson throws it across the grain. Did he complete it?
It looks like a touchdown from the far side.
The Omaha bench, where the play was right in front of, said yes, and Andrew Jackson is down. Andrew Jackson is down on the far side as he absorbed yet another hit. And the completion just in the front corner of the end zone for the Omaha Beef. Brian, did you see who made that catch? I could not because of the wall.
It looks, I don't know if they're appearing. They're going to review it here.
Looks like they are headed that way. Brian?
Looked like it was Tyler Jones that had the reception.
Tyler Jones with 11 touchdowns coming into this game. And they are, well, are they or aren't they?
Well, they got one official going back.
I'm really not sure what they're going to try to review.
I don't know if the ball was outside of the goal line and he got pushed up against the wall before it crossed. It's hard for me to see up here. That'd be the only thing I can think of.
Let's take a 60, trying to learn more. We'll come back with more indoor football. 12:36 left to go. Omaha touchdown pending on KINA.
The name is JJ Lawn Care, but don't let the name fool you. It's not just lawns they care about, it's their customers. JJ Lawn Care is a locally owned business that works with people in and around Salina on more than just lawns. The spring season is here, and now's the time to act for a healthy, lush lawn. Call now for a free estimate on a 4 or 6 step program. Let JJ Lawn Care come to the rescue for your fescue. Give them a call today, 820-7728. JJ Lawn Care, caring for more than just your lawn.
The Tony's Pizza Event Center is open for business and ready to welcome you. Whether you have a group of 12 or 1,200, our staff can help you plan the perfect event. With 8 meeting rooms and over 18,000 square feet, the Great Plains Manufacturing Convention Hall has plenty of room for your conference, trade show, wedding, or banquet, while our in-house food and beverage team can craft a menu to suit any event. Schedule your personalized tour today by calling Tony's Pizza Event Center today.
You're listening to Liberty Football on KINA.
Play under review. We're not sure why, but we're awaiting the officials as Andrew Jackson rolling out to his right. This play came from just outside of the 5-yard line. Jackson threw all the way back across the grain from the right-hand side of the field all the way back to the left, the front corner of the end zone. And it was caught by a receiver, Tyler Jones. And now we are in review. Jackson did take a big hit on the play, and he was on the turf for a good portion of time. He has walked off the field, and now he is on his bench. If this play stands, it will give Omaha a 7-point lead with the Jeremy Reynolds extra point pending. We assume that they would go for one here and make it a full 8-point lead.
Well, and I don't know the lead as the white hat comes out here, and we'll see if we can get the call from him.
So they were reviewing the play, and they say it is indeed a touchdown. So Jackson, another touchdown pass. This one to Tyler Jones. And now Jeremy Reynolds has the job of giving them a full 8-point lead. Deshaun Jones with the hold. Snap back. Placement is down. The kick is up, and it's no good. Boy, Jeremy Reynolds is having a rough go of it here in this Champions Bowl 6. 12:25 left to go. 33-26 remains our score. And Brian, here lately, it's been all Omaha.
Yeah, it really has. Salina needs to, one, get a good return, and then just get their head down and get that ball in the end zone. But, Omaha, we knew that they were going to be a good quality team. This has been more than what I anticipated. They're coming in and they're, with the exception of Reynolds and the extra points, they're executing. They're doing a good job. Andrew Jackson continues to kind of get those under routes where they're getting a good chunk of yards. Salina, it's almost like they're overselling and too worried about the deep ball and allowing that soft spot in the middle.
Just had somebody shoot me a text of a still photo. A slot receiver for Omaha on that 3-receiver set that we were talking about ran past the line of scrimmage, past Rusty Becker at the defensive line spot, and was about 3 yards downfield from the line of scrimmage.
That's how I'm seeing it.
And no flag on that play.
3 yards is gray, 4 yards is a flag.
Right. Tonight. 33-26 is our score. Just observations we're making.
And in defense of the officials, those players, they move so quickly that, they got a lot to have to watch out for.
Jeremy Reynolds will kick it away. It's a low-line drive kick. Tracy Brooks back. He'll one-handed at the goal line. Tracy on a little delay here, taking his time. He's going to let some blocks set up, and he will twist and turn his way to the 18-yard line where he is brought down there. And now Tyree Adams will bring this Liberty offense out. Omaha defender held on to Tracy there, and they got tangled up, and now they're both slow to get up. And they'll talk it out as they head back to their huddles, and they shake each other's hands. I think they just got tangled up. They both tried to get up at the same time, and they were still kind of intertwined there.
Yeah, it was kind of an awkward fall. And
yeah.
Tracy's leg, one leg was on top of his shoulder pad, one leg was underneath of him. I'm not really sure here. There we go. Play clock was down to 2 seconds, and the offense wasn't even on the field yet.
Malcolm McCoy on the tackle that time, the linebacker for Omaha. Liberty come out. Tyree Adams at quarterback. Tracy Brooks a solo to the left. 3 receivers on the right. Adams back to pass. Has not thrown a pass yet, and they're going to say
now they're going to call
offsides. Procedure against Salina.
And this is just what we talked about. They called it on Chad Steinwalks, and he wasn't even in motion. I got nothing besides I caught that they called it on number 11. The guy not in motion had a false start. Well.
11:50 left to go. 33-26 our score. 1st and 15 now for the Liberty. They get backed up inside the 15. Adams back to pass. Had his last pass intercepted. He's going to take it off and run. He'll get to the 17-yard line. Back almost to the original line of scrimmage before the penalty. And it will move the football. They do give him 5. Now 2nd down and 10.
For as questionable as this Liberty team, I don't want to say bad. They haven't played bad in this second half. But for not as well as they would have liked to play, only being down 7 right now, is that really kind of a blessing, the way Andrew Jackson and this Omaha offense have kind of done what they wanted in the second half?
Yeah, they have definitely made improvements from the first half. Really, they're missing a kicker right now. Here's a ball in question now. It was going to Fast Ed Smith, and he was covered well by this Omaha secondary. Chris Perry in on the coverage for Omaha. That ball goes incomplete. Now 3rd down and 10 for Salina.
Yeah, well, at some point in this drive, Jason Shelley and Tracy Brooks are going to get tired of running to the end zone on every play.
It appeared that time they had 1 defensive back from Omaha back there with them.
That is correct.
Steinwalks will split out to the left. He'll take Shelley with him. Also, Ed Smith will be on that side as well. Tracy Brooks in the backfield. Now 2 receivers clear. Tyree Adams will dump it off to Tracy Brooks as they clear everything out. Tracy takes on the linebacker, and again, he and Malcolm McCoy, the Omaha Beef linebacker, greet each other. Big hit as they both deliver to one another. inches. They're looking downfield. He goes to Steinwalks, and Chad might have just saved the day.
Yeah.
That ball was high and to the outside of Chad Steinwalks. And the Bills Mafia fan and supporter goes up and brings it down inside the 15. The reach of Chad Steinwalks converted that 4th down for Salina.
Yeah, used every bit of his 6'4" frame right there to get up to about 7 foot to bring it back down.
At the 14 now, 1st down and 10, 9 minutes left to go. Omaha leading it by 7, 33-26. Here's the give to Brooks underneath the formation. Tracy looking for the end zone. Takes on a DB and steamrolls his way into pay dirt. That time, Taylor Hawkins was just in the way of a Tracy Brooks touchdown. TB2 strikes again for the for the Salina Liberty. And it is a 1-point game.
And Salina kind of went away from Tracy Brooks there. Kind of went heavy in the pass game and really just dipping, dunking left and right. 5 yards here, 5 yards here, and go back to the guy who has got you to why you are here.
Naquan Thomas is going to set up now behind the line. Tracy Brooks will be the holder. So maybe a little bit of a change of formation here as Naquan will try to pick up somebody getting free on the outside there for Omaha.
Usually Naquan is on the right side.
Yeah, and they've been heating up the left-hand side. Kellen McCoy, your snapper, back to Tracy Brooks. Tracy gets it down. Jimmy Allen's kick is up and good. 33 all, 7:59 left to go, and a media timeout. Champions Bowl 6 living up to the hype as these two teams have split 66 points right down the middle. Omaha on the reception when we come back.
Salina Septic Services provides septic services including septic tank installation, inspection, and repair. In addition to professional septic tank services, we also provide portable restroom rentals. We have many options available, including his and hers portable restrooms and hand washing sinks. Setup, service, and removal are all part of our rentals. Whether you project a long-term construction job or a family gathering, we guarantee a clean porta potty. Find us today at salinasepticservice.com. Think about the word precision. Precision represents quality and the fact of being exact and accurate. Isn't that what you want when it comes to electrical? Precision Electrical Contractors in Salina brings exact and accurate quality to electrical jobs in Central Kansas since 2003. Precision Electric's focus on quality and performance, combined with their experience and dedication, creates a winning set of finished products which saves their customers money. Don't rely on so-so electrical. Visit the team at Precision Electrical Contractors. Online at pecsalina.com.
The Liberty plays here. Salina's sports station is KINA.
Welcome back. Champions Bowl 6, 33-33. These two teams looking to put a trophy in the case as Omaha has come in and they look to continue and finish off what has been a great second half of the season for this Beef team. There was one point in time, Russ, we were searching for who might have been the second best team in the league, but Omaha has definitely filled that.
Yeah, Salina kind of asserted themselves early and often as the best team in the CIF this year, and Omaha came on strong. We wondered if it would be Sioux City, and then that playoff game, the dramatic playoff game between Omaha and Sioux City in the semifinals to get to this game. This is what you want in a championship game, tied up 33-all. Just a shy under 8 minutes to go.
Omaha
Hang on.
Yeah, Omaha at 8-4. They started out 1-2. They have won 5 of their last 6 to get here into this Champions Bowl. Here's the kick from Jimmy Allen. Deshaun Jones take it 3 yards deep. He's to the 5, to the 10. Now he has some space to the 20. And he's going to be wrapped up and dropped there about the 21-yard line by Travis Taylor.
Jason Shelley.
And Jason Shelley. Thank you, Brian. Could not see there because of the wall. Appreciate the assist. 33-33, here comes the Omaha Beef offense, and Andrew Jackson once again, he was slow to get off the field after that last drive, but he is coming back out here to try to finish it off.
Well, as we look at the roster, he's going to have to finish it off as they don't have another quarterback
Not that we know of.
We don't know what they can throw in there, but Andrew Jackson's a guy. It'll be interesting to see if he drops back to pass, how quick he gets the ball out now versus how long he holds it.
Latimer also out there for the Salina defense playing injured. 1st down and 10 for Omaha. Slot guys in motion. They go right over the middle, and it's going to be a tackle quickly there by Isaiah Barfield. Nice catch on the play. A little soft coverage there. Anthony Jones took advantage of it and got a 4-yard gain. 2nd down and 6.
And I think if you're Huron O'Neill in this Salina Liberty defense, that's something you're going to have to look for. Andrew Jackson is going to want to get the ball out quick. He has taken a beating really this whole game. He's got a few drives off, but between Jake Latimer and Rusty Beckett chasing him around, he's going to get it out quick.
Taylor, Becker, Latimer right now. Here's Jackson back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, wants to go down the sideline, and it's going to be incomplete.
Cool.
Coverage on the play by the Salina Liberty that time. Is that Isaiah Barfield? And he is still down.
Yes, it is.
Barfield. The Liberty have already lost Brashawn Stewart in this game. It looks like now Brashawn is coming off the bench as Huron O'Neill goes over to check on Isaiah Barfield, who is still down on the play. And Barfield now has flipped his helmet off. Trying to stretch it out. He turns over, sitting now on the seat of his pants. And now he's regrouped and back on his feet.
I don't know if he had a little cramp there. It's hard to tell, but good to see him hop up. Nonetheless, I mean, both teams, you don't want to see anybody get hurt in this game. You want to see everybody get healthy and go home. And, you know, good for Isaiah to get up and jog off the field on his own. Now we'll see what Omaha does. We saw what they've been doing to Brashawn Stewart really this whole game.
3rd down has been the Achilles heel for the Salina defense. Omaha has really capitalized on 3rd down. Nose of the football sitting at the midfield stripe at the 25. 3rd down and 6 for the Omaha Beef. Game is tied. 6:25 left to go. Slot receivers in motion. Jackson barks for the snap. He gets it over the middle of the field. Incomplete. The ball bounces up. Trey Roberts will scoop it. It already hit the ground, though. Kendrick Harper in on the coverage as K-Hop turns around and barks it at one of his teammates and also Coach Huron O'Neill. 4th down.
Yeah, and he goes over there and gives Huron O'Neill big knuckles, and we got a big 4th down here. And once again, Omaha in the year 52% and scored on about 20% of these completions on 4th down.
They have completed some big plays on 3rd and 4th down in this game.
The Pizza Palace is rocking.
Boy, T-Peck right now at full steam as Omaha trying to pick up a 4th down and 6. 5:38 left to go. 2 guys on the right in motion and a delay of game, maybe, or a timeout. Omaha burns a timeout. That'll leave them with 1 remaining. 30 seconds, back with more. 5:37 left to go in this one. We're still tied.
Don't go another day with roof problems. Ryan Roofing will provide you with the world's best roof, the Durolast roofing system, custom prefabricated to fit your specific building. Your Durolast roof will be leak-free with virtually no maintenance. It's resistant to fire, high winds, chemicals, and temperature extremes. Plus, there are potential energy savings versus traditional roofing. Ryan Roofing has installed over 10 million square feet of Durolast roofing. Trust Ryan Roofing to solve your commercial roofing needs. Call for a quote today, 825-0475.
You're listening to Salina Liberty Football on KINA Sports.
All offsides. Wow, if there was not a flag on that.
Oh, no way they're going to call it over here.
Over where?
Well, Jones is pointing on the near side right here as the far receiver.
Again, it's been either offsides. Huron O'Neill's not happy. This might be illegal defense on Salina again.
Oh, got a call right there.
Marvin Jones still pointing at the flag on this side, but that might have been this guy looking across, seeing those Omaha receivers. They already ran to Kenwood Coben back.
We had a good look at that one being right down the line on that one, so that'll bring up 4th and 11, a long 11.
Back to the 20-yard line now. Becker and Latimer conversing with Huron O'Neill. 4th down. Omaha has been really good all night long. They're going to load up the right-hand side. 3 receivers. Norman Darden, the solo to the left. Receivers again, way off sides. No flag on this play. And Jackson's going to unload it, and it's incomplete. And again, he is put down on the ground. Jake Latimer. Naquan Thomas, though, this time coming on the blitz. And Naquan in there.
Yeah, Naquan finally able to get on that linebacker blitz to get in there and get a shot on him. We talked about it, Devin, one stand that either one of these defenses really needs to kind of turn this game around. So right now, Salina getting the stand they need. Can they do what they need to do on offense? Can Omaha's defense step up and stop them? Brian.
Well, the nice thing is not only did you get a good stop, but you got it stopped in good field position. Salina's going to have the ball at their own 20-yard line.
And we've seen a run-heavy offense from Salina here in this second half. It's been a lot of Tracy Brooks. Tyree Adams has gone the whole way here in this second half, and now they bring Travis Taylor in to line up in front of Tyree Adams in the shotgun. Here's the snap. They're going to give it to Brooks. He runs behind Travis Taylor, spins out of a tackle. TV still on his feet. He might house this one. He's inside the 5 to the 3 and then tackled there. Big time power running by Tracy Brooks. And the guy most excited on that play is Kelvin McCoy. Kelvin snapped the ball, and he had a kick-out block over on the left-hand side. That was a monster block.
Don't go away from what got you here. Tracy Brooks has run the ball this whole game, has been downhill. I don't know how many rushing yards he has, but don't go away from the guy who's fed you this whole game.
He needs 3 more. First and goal from the 3. 4:39 left to play. Still a ton of time. Travis Taylor still in there. Tyree Adams under center. It's a pitch out to Brooks, and he will be swallowed up and lose 2. Boy, Omaha, that looks like the Omaha run defense that we saw at Ralston Arena back in June. They blitzed to the play. It was gang tackling, and it was ferocious. They're going to give Tracy the 4, but what a play by that Beef defense.
Yeah, what a play by. They just sold out on the Salina had everybody on the right side of the field and just sold out to that side. Now, go back to the Coach Ron O'Neill's mind. Is that a setup play to see what they would do on this, being it was first down?
Travis Taylor comes off the field now, and they go with 3 wide receivers along with Tracy Brooks. Tyree Adams looking to pass. Tyree looking, steps up, now goes to the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Up over the wall for the Liberty touchdown is Chad Steinwalks. 6'4". Steinwalks put that one right in his belly.
Yeah, just an unbelievable play by both Chad Steinwalks and both Tyree Adams right there. Tyree able to slide and Chad be able to work himself open in the back of the end zone.
The patience on that play by Tyree Adams, I think, is a growing and learning experience.
Yes.
Because it was tempting to take off because he did have an alley that he might have been able to run and get there. And at the last minute, we see him step forward and then step back and find Steinwalks in the corner.
Early in the season, he would have took off and ran there. It was a great run, step back, and throw it to Chad Steinwalks in the corner of the end zone.
Jimmy Allen's extra point is pending off a snap from Kelvin McCoy. Tracy Brooks puts it down after he one-hands it, and Jimmy Allen doinks it off the right upright. That was a beautiful play by Tracy Brooks just to give Jimmy Allen a chance to kick that, because that ball was snapped more towards Jimmy Allen than it was Tracy Brooks. Tracy reached out with his left hand, Brian, and was able to get that down, but the timing was thrown off, and Jimmy puts it off the right upright.
Yeah, tough break that time for Jimmy. Situation right now, you've got to think, can we get another stop? This defense is fired up. This whole team is fired up right now. You look at Omaha as they walk off the field to kind of regroup. A lot of heads kind of hanging down, trying to see what can we do to make this last 3:43 memorable. I think, though, also the kicking game of Omaha, it's had its issues tonight. It's still going to be an exciting 3:43 left to go.
I think when you get to this point in the season, for the fans that are in the stands, you want to put on a show. And I think that's what these two teams have done. This has been a really entertaining game. And here we are, 3:43 left to go, and we're less than a possession away from each other. 39-33 is our score. Salina has just taken a 6-point lead to break our tie.
Yeah, we've traveled a lot of miles this year, Devin. And to come down to a game like this is what you want. I mean, obviously, if you're playing on the field, you would like a blowout. But for us, this is a game we want.
Well, all those people that say there's better football in the IFL or the NAL, tell you what, this is good football, guys.
Absolutely. Jimmy Allen trying to select his spot here. He's going to go a shade to the right as he is looking back at Deshaun Jones. Also, Trey Dudley back, ready to return this for the Beef. Jimmy's coverage team ready. He puts it on the ground. It's a squib kick. Takes a high bounce into Deshaun Jones. He's been good tonight to the 10, 15, spin move at the 20, now 25. Shakes off another tackle, and Salina has to chase him down from behind as Deshaun Jones made it all the way inside the 20-yard line. He is going to be brought down at the Liberty 19. Great field position here for the Beef on offense.
Yeah, and once, like you said, once again, good field position as Jimmy tried the squib kick on that one and got the early bounce where he was able to get it on the run. You know, one more short hop, it changes the game, but let's see if this Salina defense can come up with one more stand.
Latimer's back out there. The guy's a stud.
Just an animal.
Rusty Becker, Travis Taylor, Naquan Thomas. This Omaha offensive line, they've been hot and cold tonight.
Isaiah Barfield back on the field.
Okay, thank you. Andrew Jackson also has been a warrior in this game. He will put 3 wide receivers to the right-hand side. Heron O'Neal trying to make adjustments. A little screen play out to Tyler Jones. He's going to curl around the block, get 10 yards inside the 10 to the 9, and then brought down there as there is a whole bunch of Liberty defenders down on the ground over next to that wall where there was a lot of action. Trey Roberts, one of them.
Yeah, and Heron O'Neal calling that play early, trying to get Trey Roberts and Isaiah Barfield to come up as he suspected something, as we now have first down and goal inside the 10-yard line.
Might have lost a first down marker there.
That thing's took a beating all year.
Don't need it right now. First down and goal for Omaha. 2:35 left to go. The Beef at the 9. 2 receivers in motion on the left, all 3 on that left-hand side. Jackson back to pass. Wanted the screen play, it's not there. Now he's going to step up and he's sacked from behind. He might have stumbled back to the line of scrimmage, but Jake Latimer brought him down.
Yeah, they gave him a considerable spot there as Jake had him just behind the 10-yard line. They spotted it at the line of scrimmage.
They don't move the stick. Second down. Clock continues to roll. 2:07 left to play. How patient is Omaha going to be with this clock? Will they try to score inside the last minute and not give Salina the ball back?
And Omaha only one timeout, Salina with all 3 left.
Second down and goal from the 9. Slot receivers will be in motion again. Heron O'Neal trying to make adjustments last second. Jackson back to pass, bouncing, fires it towards the end zone. Has a receiver and it's caught. My goodness. Tyler Jones just ate the wall and somehow still held on to the football. I think the question now becomes, did the ball come off the wall? But it's still, I don't care. It was a heck of a catch.
Yeah, what a concentration by Tyler Jones there, scrolling through the back of the end zone. A lot of these footballs, you know, most are white in the indoor game, right against the white sign there, so it'd be hard to play. And now you got a tie ball game, and it comes down to one kicker again.
Tyler Jones has been a stud tonight. Former Liberty receiver. Here's Jeremy Reynolds on the extra point. It's up and good. We have broken the tie. 1:42 left to go, and it's 40-39. Omaha now back out in front. But the positive here, guys, do you want this to happen with 1:42 left, or do you want this to happen with 7 seconds left? Brian.
Oh, perfect. You got just what you want right now. You've got plenty of time. You've got the 3 timeouts. You've got the stoppage at the 1-minute mark. Whoever, we kind of said this early on. This could come down to whoever has the ball last could win it. So right now, this could shape up to what Salina just wants.
So you shape up the game here, Devin. And in theory, Salina's got 4 timeouts left with the 1-minute warning and the 3 timeouts in their pocket. Only down 1. It still leaves the playbook wide open. 1:42 left. Tracy Brooks has been running the ball great. Tyree Adams has been scrambling much better in the second half than he did early in the first half, and that Mitch Kidd coming in. They just need to take a deep breath. There's still 1:42 left, and we know we could see 3 more scores in 1:42 in the indoor game.
Absolutely. Andrew Jackson has just thrown his 4th touchdown. 3 of those tonight have gone to Tyler Jones, who is 80 yards on 10 catches. He's averaging 8 yards a catch. And this Liberty offense has been held in check by this Beef defense. They do have 39 points, yes, but they only have 1 passing touchdown tonight, and that was that last one from Tyree Adams to Chad Steinwachs. Oscar Scott inactive tonight, but he's coaching special teams for this Liberty defense, trying to shift Tracy Brooks. Tracy has to dig the ball out of the corner of the end zone. Now he's running to the left-hand side to the 10, 15, gets a big block from Dontre Matthews. And comes out to the 24-yard line. Detre out there just burying Rashad Pargo on that return. And again, we've seen Pargo do just about anything tonight for this Omaha team. Big salute to him. And a good return by Brooks that'll put the football at the midfield stripe for the Salina Liberty offense.
A good return by Brooks, but how about the kickoff by Reynolds to get that ball just to die in the corner of the end zone when it went up against the wall?
Yeah, that was trouble.
Oscar Scott down there trying to wave over the receiver to that side of the field. So
90 seconds left to go. Liberty come out. Bittinger on the left. Kelvin McCoy has done every single snap for the Liberty this year. But Molly Matthews on the right. Liberty trail it by 1. Clock running. Here's the give to Brooks. Has some room. He's going to take it to the right-hand side and be taken down against the wall at about the 21-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5. Second down coming up.
Yeah, this is going to take you to that 1 minute mark. And I'm convinced. Keep running the football. I sound like a Seattle Seahawk fan, don't I? Run the ball. Run the ball.
Knowing your history, I know where that comes from. We are at 1 minute left to go here in Champions Bowl 6. The Omaha Beef, 40. Salina Liberty, 39. Salina has the football. Second down at the 21-yard line when we come back.
Living without pain and being comfortable is something we all take for granted until pain strikes. At the Salina Pain Clinic, your comfort is the #1 goal. Our facility has the only board-certified pain management specialists in the region and licensed support staff. Easy parking close to our doors, a single-level facility with no stairs, friendly faces that welcome you into a lobby where your relief process begins. Even our seating has your comfort in mind, providing a chair for every need. Procedures are performed in the Salina Surgical Arts Center, an accredited facility with the latest technology to provide the best care possible. Our staff is licensed and will take the time to learn about you and what your pain means. We're dedicated to providing the best care possible because your comfort is our #1 goal. You'll see local physicians who care about our community. Call the Salina Pain Clinic inside the Salina Surgical Arts Center, 200 South 5th Street, or online at aack.org.
The Liberty plays here. Salina's sports station is KINA.
What a great championship game we have had to cap this 2021 season. Omaha leads Salina 40-39. Salina has the football. Second down and 5 at the 21-yard line. The give to Tracy Brooks on the delay. He turns and gets tattooed by a defensive back coming in. That was Trey Dudley, who read that play perfectly. Had a big collision with Tracy after a 2-yard gain, and that will bring up third down and 3.
And I guess if you want a short third down, Salina leading the league once again at third downs at 55%. And with only 3 yards to go, you wonder what will open up here.
2 receivers on the left. Fake pitch out that way. Tyree Adams has some space. He's going to have the first down. Cuts back inside, gets hit from behind, and is brought down inside the 10-yard line. Tyree Adams gets up, and he wants a timeout. Looking over at Huron O'Neill. They're going to stop the clock with 26 seconds left to go as Tyree found his space that time and was able to take off. Brian?
It just kind of opened up for him. I thought he initially was going to come back across the field. I'm glad he tucked that thing in. He knew where he needed to go. Took a pretty solid hit from back behind. He was able to hold on to that football. So great position right now for Salina.
That's what you worry about that type of play. Tyree was able to get past the first defender, but then kind of hesitated a little bit as he was negotiating traffic in that Omaha secondary and was able to stutter step, but then got blasted from behind. Held on to the football and was brought down. They're going to spot the football now at the 9. Liberty still have 2 timeouts remaining, 27 seconds left to go here on the clock, and a 1-point Omaha lead.
And you called it 2 timeouts, so that really leaves the playbook still wide open for Huron O'Neill.
Travis Taylor has re-entered the game. He will be in front of Tyree Adams in that offensive backfield. Here's the give to Tracy Brooks. Brooks goes left, brought down at the 7. A gain of 2, and second down. Salina will take their second timeout. 1 remaining. Travis Taylor, we saw him come into the game against Dodge City, Brian, and then go off after a penalty pushed Salina back away from the goal line. But he's been an anchor on this offense here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, done a good job, and as you say that now, we've got some changes. Shelley's coming back in. You know, the question that I'm going to have for you guys right now is you're down to this 1 timeout, 23 seconds to go second down. If you keep it in play, at what point do you continue to go, or do you just let the clock run down, get the ball centered up, and give Jimmy Allen a shot to win it.
It's all about time management and how you want to handle it. You are in scoring position, down by 1. Kelvin McCoy reaches down, grabs that football. They're going to empty the backfield this time. Tracy Brooks on the left-hand side. Now he's going to come back to the middle, take the handoff. Tracy has a crease. He cuts it back, gets it to the 3. Now if a field goal comes from this spot, it will be a glorified extra point.
So
Speaking distance-wise.
That's that last timeout right there.
So now to jump inside of the mind of Rod O'Neal. 16 seconds left, no timeouts, Russ.
Do you drop back and just take a shot at the end zone if you're not going to bring Jimmy Allen on right here? I mean, that's really your only option is to take a shot in the end zone, right, Brian?
Well, I think that is because if you try to run the ball, potentially you could have the clock run out on you. So, but it's third down right now, so you could take that one shot. You've got Steinwalks and Shelley over here on the same side. It's going to be interesting.
Tyree Adams in there at quarterback. There's movement up front.
Movement. It looked like we had a jump on 24 on the side.
And also had a receiver well offside there, so.
Yeah, both teams pointing at each other, of course. That's their job. And there was a couple of, 1 second came off the clock. Down to 15 right now.
Should be reset to 16.
They do.
False start.
They're going to say false start Salina.
Jason Shelley.
So that will back Salina up to the 8-yard line. Third down. And goal from the 8.
If you're Tyree Adams here and you got a receiver in the end zone, you need to throw it to where only your guy can catch it, or it's over into the 5th row or the upper deck of the Tony's Pizza Event Center.
Kelvin McCoy, Nick Bittinger, Kamali Matthews come to the line of scrimmage. 16 seconds left to go. No timeouts for the Liberty. 3 wide receivers on the left-hand side. Tyree Adams asks for the snap. Tracy Brooks staying in the block. Tyree to the back of the end zone. Nothing there. He threw it away. So Tyree took 4 seconds off the clock there. And now Jimmy Allen will come on. And Jimmy Allen has had an outstanding last couple of weeks for the Salina Liberty. He has been player of the week, special teams, 3 times. Omaha has a timeout. They could elect to freeze him. And think about this. It's a 23-yard attempt. Kelvin McCoy, the snapper. Tracy Brooks, the holder. 12 seconds remain. From 23 yards. McCoy, the snap. Brooks gets it down, and it's blocked. Omaha blocked it, and it goes out of bounds over the wall on the far side. That might have done it for the Beef. I did not see who got through, but it was an avalanche of Beef defenders that just blocked that kick from the Salina Liberty. So the Beef will have to come out and run one play for positive. As the Beef look to put a staple in their first ever championship.
And unfortunately, the seats are starting to empty.
So much here. I'm busy with ball.
8 seconds left. Yep.
Great season by the Salina Liberty. Great season by both teams.
8 seconds left here. Omaha with one timeout, but they're not going to need it. Salina has one timeout remaining. I think they got to move the placement of the ball here. They were all the way back inside the 10. It actually goes back where the ball went out of bounds. So this will go to the 22-yard line. And sweet revenge for all of these Salina players that are on this Omaha roster, if that's what they were looking for. Andrew Jackson will duck under center. He will spin and take it for some yardage to about the 25-yard line, and that is it. Salina can't stop the clock on the Omaha Beef. Win Champions Bowl 6. The celebration begins for Omaha and their fans that are in the corner right above their bench. Final score, 40-39. Omaha beats Salina in Champions Bowl 6, and ironically, the same score that they defeated Sioux City by last week.
Just, like you said, a great game. It come down to special teams that we had talked about it. It had been through the kickers all night.
Now you wonder how many of these players for Salina may have just played their last game. We've talked about it. Kendrick Harper, he was our guest at halftime. He said this is it. Talked about maybe Isaiah Barfield. He has kind of alluded to the same thing.
Jake Latimer.
Talked about Jake Latimer. So you wonder where the heads are at here in this game and futures of some of these players that Salina fans have enjoyed watching, some of them since the beginning existence of Salina football. But the Omaha Beef, established in 1999, started play in 2000. They have just captured their first championship. Congratulations to our friends from Omaha. That'll do it for Champions Bowl 6. Let the offseason begin, Russ.
Yeah.
And now we kind of turn our attention to who's in, who's out. How many teams we're going to have next year?
Stay tuned, because it could get interesting.
Omaha may have twice as many teams next year to defend this title against. It will be interesting, as always, for everything Salina Liberty football and Champions Indoor Football. And a complete recap of this game, go to SalinaPost.com. From the Tony's Pizza Event Center, one last time, Champions Indoor Football, Omaha Beef 40, Salina Liberty 39. For Brian Berner on the field, Russ Kossel, Devin Haney in the booth, Big Sam Pretty back at Studio Central saying thank you for joining us as the Omaha Beef win Champions Bowl 6 right here on KINA.
Let's go, boys! You've been listening to Champions Indoor Football. For a complete game wrap-up and stats from tonight's game and news on the Salina Liberty, visit SalinaPost.com. Here we go! Join us next time for Liberty Football on Salina Sports Station.
American stories, and we love telling stories of interesting accomplishments here on our show. And we mean interesting, by the way, and the broad range of what the word interesting means. And no matter how odd, by the way, in fact, the odder, the better here on our American stories. We love that about America, too, our weird passions, our weird hobbies. Today,